are those like fat fries? That's basically what they is, right?
Oh, you don't know?
Oh, nah, I'm a Popeyes guy, bro. I'm a Popeyes guy. Popeyes till I die.
So see, even back in the day,
there's no such thing. What are you talking about? Back in the day with Popeyes, when was that?
Oh,
when was that?
There was definitely a time when KFC was the leading chicken place. I don't know what y'all.
It may have been.
Y'all trying to act like y'all know.
Listen, it may have been heavy on the ass like Mickey D's, but
niggas in the hood was eating churches. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me?
Wait, what hood is
churches serve the whole chicken as a wing? like it's a thigh. Like
churches was selling. Yo, man, we got this now. We can't because churches on a honey butter biscuit. That shit was the best fucking biscuit on the planet at the time. And yo, I swear to God, in all of America at the time, they had their own sweetness. The shit had a texture. It was a whole thing. KFC was the people stopped fucking with KFC when it came out that KFC didn't have real chicken. Okay. Let's be real. That's when that shit changed. Fake chicken too, but still.
Fried order.
We here.
Where you get your content freshly battered, wedged. You know what it is? It's your favorite blurred click, ready to talk blurred shit. And the Peacemaker did debut this week. Speaking of chicken, I mean, anything that this Peacemaker franchise puts out, I'm going to consume it just like it was Popeyes. It's so good. The way that this show goes completely different from most other shows. Like you can say it's Deadpool-esque, but Deadpool isn't a show. It's a movie. So we will talk about it, at least get a chance to check it out because there is a particularly interesting scene at the very beginning that involves a lot of nudity. And we'll chat on that as well as we will with the new development in Spiderman, where Mr. Tramell Tillman is headed to the set to play a cast so we can speculate on who it is that my man's gonna be. I ain't gonna lie, I have my suspicions, but I don't know for sure. Also, Bad Ty said he watched The Cheeks of War. I didn't, so I don't know if we're going to catch up on that. Foundation definitely is on all cylinders. Like, it is in fifth gear right now. Like, we are literally upon the mule's back right now, like, literally. Strange New Worlds, it just keeps getting better. We ain't going to talk about it like that because I know y'all don't watch it, but y'all should because, damn. Like, I mean, I am so overwhelmingly impressed by this season, especially with Uhura and her developments. Alien Earth is still outside. Hallelujah. Yeah, man. And I ain't gonna lie, this show is really good. Like, if you're not an Alien fan, which I really wasn't, I'm gonna keep it real. I've seen the movies, and yes, some of them are good. But if you're just like aliens, it's not just all about aliens. It's androids, cyborgs, synthetics, kids in adult bodies. It's a crazy world. But speaking of crazy worlds, let's go ahead and cap this off with Peacemaker. As Peacemaker did officially drop this week. And we're going to talk about this and a bunch of other stuff. Just want to say hello to everybody out there right now. And we are joined. It's a fella's day until the ladies show up. Y'all, we got Bad Ty, the homie Ant. We in the hit house. We all hooded up, except for Ant, because it's hot in New York, evidently. Whatever. It's hot.
It's hot outside.
And
hot outside.
Before Ant came on, he had to hurry up and go out and turn on the sprinkler with the what's that thing? Y'all use the fire hydrant, right? Ant was out there playing in the fire
hydrant. Yeah, outside. And we don't eat Church's chicken. We at the chicken spot, all right, where you get your nice little snap pot, right, with your fries, with your nice little soft biscuit, nice little 2-piece with fries, $4.99, head home full. That's what we had. That's what we was on.
The chicken spot, bro. See, that's Brooklyn right there, son. Yeah, I mean, ain't none of that Newark City shit. These niggas go.
No. Churches, there's not even a church.
They haven't even penetrated now. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, I'm about to say churches in Jersey and in New York. I don't think
churches ain't allowed in New York. They like,
it's a southern thing. It's a southern thing. Yeah.
No. Church is definitely not a southern. It's definitely in the Midwest. We had churches in St. Louis, but we knew when we was going, we only had to order one thigh for the family. It's like churches. The chicken is like it's like a Thanksgiving feast, bro. They definitely injecting HGH in them chickens. Like they getting the whole PED syndrome, bro. Oh my God!
Oh, man. I used to work in churches a long time ago when I was a kid, and I remember the process of making the chicken. Of like there was this big. They put you in a freezer. Well, my job, I was in the freezer, and there was this big, huge tub, and inside the tub was all the chicken. All the chickens in the tub. No, I'm dead serious. It's loaded. No, hold on. I swear to God, it's loaded with ice, water, and salt, and you put all of the chicken in. I can't make this up. You put all the chicken in the bucket. You stir it up with this big paddle. To like let the and you sit it in there. That's how they marinated their chicken, was with ice, water, and salt. And then basically my job was to after the stirring it up was to take the chicken out and remove the fat from the chicken. So I would pull off all of the fat of the chicken and throw that in the trash. So all of the fat, that boom. And I was very meticulous about this. That's why, people was coming to that location so much, because there was no fat. There was no fat on that chicken. I made sure there was no fat on your chicken.
So you was the ace of paid in full, like you was the stringer bell of chicken.
I was in there like yo, my chicken gonna be the best on the block. We gonna make sure, when they come in, I'll be like, yo, how was your chicken? Yo, you the cook? Nah, I'm the prepper. I prep it. I'm the prepper, dog. I prep it. Whatever you doing?
Ty was butt naked up in KFC. He didn't want them stealing no chicken. Like, man, I want everybody butt naked up there making my chicken. You know what I'm saying? You remember every dope movie is always about it. Everybody, you gotta be butt naked when you're making the crack, because you can always slip it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta. Oh, everybody butt naked and he's making my crack.
Yeah.
Why?
Come on. All right. I don't know how we got on this. Maybe it's because Ty is thinking about the Peacemaker episode we just saw, which involved a lot of frontal. We'll get into it. I also want to welcome to the platform none other than the one and only Lady Mandalore. How art thou, Lady Mandalore?
Well, I'm awake now. Well, I'm awake now. Ladies and gentlemen, hi, butt naked chicken. What it is? How y'all feeling?
Yeah.
Out there in the world. Goddamn.
Little fried butt naked chicken from the chicken spot. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Ty was giving us his what I don't even want to call it, a diatribe about about chicken and how KFC got the new potato wedges out.
Not new. Bringing back the potato wedges. This is for those who know. Only for those who know. If you don't know, you don't know. And I get it. I got it. Good.
This reminds me of that episode of Ozzy Osbourne, of the Osbourne family. Of I don't know what did they call that show?
The
Osbourne. And Ozzy, Jack, Kelly, and Sharon, they was riding through Florida, and Jack turned around. He's like, "Oh my God!" And they're like, "What?" He's like, "The McRib is back." And I was like, "Did you just like we thought the police was behind us or some shit?" Like, The big rib is back. Like, that's how excited Ty is. So shout out to you, Ty. I'm so happy for you, Ty.
Thank you, Lisa. Somebody else knows what I just told you. Them Church's biscuits, them honey butter Jones be the best biscuits in the world. I'm not playing. They just be that good. That is the one thing. That's what I said. Church's got the biscuits. The biscuits.
How good can a biscuit really?
They can be good.
It can be very good.
Let's please don't talk about church.
You.
Let's not.
Are we going on the biscuit hierarchy? Is that what we doing this morning?
Oh, there's no argument.
Nothing on Red Lobster. Ain't nobody.
You ain't had a Church's honey butter biscuit.
Cheddar biscuit.
They don't fuck up
They not messing with Church's biscuits.
Have we been Red Lobster since we've taken over?
Since we are now, I haven't been there since. They probably got a little. They probably done sprinkled a little. You know what I'm saying?
There's more. Yeah, there's a little Old Bay on the table now.
Little bay on that bit, little adobo in that bit. You know what I'm saying?
Church's honey butter biscuits come ready to eat.
They a little dry. They a little dry now. At least when I went to the one that I went to, there's a little.
It depends on the location.
They're a little dry.
Depends on the location.
Is it just me?
Street.
I can no longer hear the term cheddar biscuits without thinking of Riley from the Boondocks when Granddad was dating the Kung Fu Wolf bitch, and he was like, "Yo, I'm about to go out there. I'm taking my girl Red Lobster." He's like, "You taking her to Red Lobster with the cheddar biscuits? The fam ain't eating cheddar biscuits, but this random broad gets to eat cheddar biscuits."
No, thank
come on, Granddad.
Yes.
Anyway, we moving
on.
Dad.
Oh my God.
That ain't thanks to Granddad. Anyway, let's get on to what is gangster, which is the whole. All right. There's a few things, like I said, we're gonna discuss today, but let's get into the lead. All right, because it is the lead, and I hope you caught up. I've been dropping it in the group all week what to watch for the lead. So.
I went to church last night. I stayed up. I did midnight mass and everything. I'm caught up on everybody.
Oh my God, not mass. That's a whole other thing to talk about. And don't go no far. All right, so everybody who's watching, just be aware. This morning we got a lot of ground to cover, and some of it we hope to be personal. I want to hear more about what's going on with Ty and his wedges, and what's going on with late night mass with Lady Mandalorian's going. She skipped midnight mass, like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, and there's some exclusive footage as well. So definitely don't go far, because we want you all to see. Since we do have Peacemaker in the works today, we do have some more exclusive content coming directly from the movie blog, and we know they do some really. We do. I want to say but over in the movie blog, there's a lot of really, really, really good work being done, and so we just want to make sure that everybody recognizes how hard the work is being done over here at the movie blog, and want to give you give some shine. So today, let's chat on it. But before we do, let's go ahead and get into the Justice. I'm gonna keep it real. I love that graph. I spent a little time working on that, and me and used it in a couple weeks. And so whenever I get to use it, I'm like, oh, that's hot, that's cool. And they don't put the copyright thing on it, so I like that too. But anyway, there is a new season of Peacemaker, as we did tease it last week, and you see that it's pretty interesting because it starts with a bit of a sexual escapade. Let's just put it there. It seems like John Cena is reprising the role of the dad from Malcolm in the Middle with his whitey tighties. But yeah, it definitely it's still peacemakering, if I should say. I don't know if that's a word that we could use, but I'm feeling it. I'm gonna go ahead now. There's 3 out of 4 of us that did watch it, if I'm not mistaken. Ant, you did watch it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this down. I'm gonna ask the 3 out of the 4 of us to put up our thumbs up, thumbs down, or meh in the middle. Now I know that there's probably a lot of middle feelings out this one because it's a little risque, you know what I mean? But let me go ahead and take this down in 3, 2, 1. Oh shoot!
I knew. Oh wait,
Let me do that. Like the mid-tub. All right, I had to take Ty out because I know Ty didn't get a chance to watch it, so I didn't want to be on the screen.
It's all good.
But yeah, man. So we got a chub. We got a little bit of a
What?
I don't know. It was like a mid. It was mid. I guess this is the sign for mid. All right, it's mid. I would like to. We should, as we always should, allow the ladies to go first, of course. So Miss Mandalore, Kira, si tú puedes, decíame por qué, why you liked it, this debut, and what parts of it did you like the most?
I was here for the story.
How were you?
I was here for the story. Absolutely. No, I'm on some real shit. Okay. Shut up. No, on some real shit. Okay. All right, hold on. I was interested in seeing what the fuck was going on with the crew since they all got, well, most of them got the boot since last season. It didn't really overall, this didn't really go anywhere until the very end for me. I'm great. I'm grading it on a curve. Because, the simple shock factor to it all, I was very much. Oh, how do y'all like boobies this much? Because I don't like this much penis on screen. Like, explain it to. I'm not complaining. Like, I get what you're doing. I see the vision. I was blinded.
Oh, you see it.
I was blinded. Lord, but the diversity, I will say, was there. Lord.
You can take that so many ways.
Woo, shit. There's so many things I did not need to see. I knew were true, but did not need to see, did not need confirmation. But the story, really seriously, the story overall, it's going somewhere. I liked how they brought a few people. I don't want to spoil it for people that haven't seen it. I like the fact that they brought some people back in this particular way. I think it's smart. I'm interested to see what the fuck homie gonna do over in that other world now. Also, I don't think this is a spoiler. How the fuck did Eagly know to go there? Which makes me wonder, did Eagly escape from that, like, from that world? That's why I'm giving it like a half thumbs up. It's not really mid, it's in between mid and a full thumbs up.
Okay, that's fair.
The urge is there, but not. Can't complete
all right, I will say, in the spirit of being a full frontal, we're going to give a full spoiler today. All right, okay. So if you haven't watched it, just we're going to tell you. All right, it's been out for 2 days, and I mean, the next time we meet is next week, and I ain't gonna lie. So love the comment section. Appreciate y'all. What's going on? Oh, that's Ant, man. I ain't talking about the orgy scene. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are all over the place on this one. The orgy scene was something else. Now we had already seen like some teasers, so to speak, that kind of alluded to the fact that there was going to be an orgy, and a lot of, depending on what world you come from. Like, I was looking it up, I was like, bisexual orgy. It was an orgy. All right, there's a lot of people doing a lot. I didn't see, look, it could have been a lot worse. I didn't just say it like that. I'm just saying, but I mean, even John Cena had some things to say about this. As he, what I think was funny was that he was doing drugs. He doesn't do drugs. Like, you would think John Cena, with all the stuff he does in real life, maybe does drugs or has done it before. But they had to teach him how to do. He had to smoke a bong in the scene, and he didn't know how.
That's how I know John chills with black people. We don't do bong rips. That's not a thing. I think maybe, is that a thing? Oh wait, I'm not from Cali. Hold on, I might be wrong.
Wow, hilarious.
Never mind. I take that back. I apologize. How very closed-minded of me. I apologize.
Wow, look at
Don't
you.
cancel
being
me.
like
I'm
that.
so sorry.
We'll try not to. Let's hear what John said.
Or before that, when I said I would eat a beach full of dicks in the name of peace. So James has lost the element of surprise, but continues to keep the element of creativity, because episode 1 has a big Orge Fest in it. And I remember us talking, like, kind of feeling each other out on where we were. And I'm like, I'm thinking that, like, he's going to have me do unspeakables in the orgy, because quite honestly, if he were to ask me to do anything, that conversation would go directly to me and the wife, and I would beg for permission and forgiveness in the same conversation. So I'm thinking the worst.
So John Cena, he didn't really even know.
Thought he might have to take one for the team.
He was like, I gotta eat a bag of dicks for peace. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I gotta talk to the wife. So there's a bisexual full frontal orgy that I might be in. Is that cool? Of course, babe. Well, how many? Wait, can I see who's gonna be in the orgy? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, if I come home and tell the wife, like, hey, babe, so in this upcoming season of Peacemaker that I'm in, I gotta, there's a scene where, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's a bit of an oddity, but like I said, it goes further. Before we get a little the drugs part.
And then James is like, no, you just kind of have to be around the orgy, because it's not satisfying you. Like, you're trying to do all the things, drugs, booze, escapes. You're trying all the escapism, and none of it is working. And that's why you have to go to the next level of escapism. And boy, was that a load off somebody's chest.
When it could have been on. Could have been on.
Wow.
Yeah. So I can't wait for Ty. Ty, you've been seeing a lot of cheeks lately, bro.
I was gonna speak to that, man, because there has been an uptick, and if you've been watching, yes, there has definitely been an uptick in male nudity, and it's been explained away, but it's just it's a lot. It's a whole lot. Yeah, man. And I'm just kind of curious, man. Like, I see this a lot.
That's okay.
When it comes from, but it's specifically like, all right. I watched The Righteous Gemstones, and for those who have watched The Righteous Gemstones, you know that, seeing a bag of penises, every episode, it's not out of the ordinary. You even see it a lot. And I just noticed that a lot of these quote unquote creatives have leaned heavily into that aspect of their creativity. And here we are. So
hey, lean in, brother. Lean on in, brother. Well, I will say this. I'll say this. I will say this much. This was not this scene. Let me just say this. I mean this in all sincerity. This scene,
Okay, wait, I'm mute.
oh man.
What's up, Ant? What's up, Ant? Come on, Ant, please help. Help me.
Let's talk about something serious for a second. I saw online they had this meme that's starting to get a little popular, and they noticed a theme that keeps running through James Gunn's main characters. All of them are superhero protagonists, white boys with daddy issues, a childlike streak, alternative taste in rock music, who fall in love with women who are more jaded or cynical but find their boyishness charming.
Whoa. Well, I mean, when we say all, I guess we're speaking specifically of the two, which would be
Superman.
Peacemaker. Okay. I didn't include. I was thinking about Star-Lord.
And Star-Lord. All three of them.
Yeah, all three.
right? So they're noticing this pattern, right? Like they all have these themes running through them. And I don't know about you, but I've seen this with a lot of creators. They say that they write about themselves in their writing, right? Like they're telling how they really feel, right? Like, and think about it. Peacemaker's a guy who's literally dating or going after James Gunn's actual wife, right? In real life, right? Like, so they all date these hot girls. He wanted to have this character in an orgy. He volunteered to do that.
Yeah, that did happen.
His dad is a racist supervillain. In the comics, that wasn't the origin of his dad. His dad was a Nazi who offed himself when Peacemaker was a kid. So he changed his origin for the show. He changed Star-Lord for the movie. He's changing things to kind of, I don't know, but I feel like I'm learning so much about James Gunn through his work.
I'm gonna point out a couple more because I forgot he did Super.
The Super?
Yeah, not the
Super. That's with
with Joe Pesci.
I'm about to give him credit. That's one of my favorites. But anyway.
The Super was great.
I love the Super. I love the Super. Yes, absolutely. We lost your volume.
Did you mute?
Don't hear nothing.
Nothing.
Nope.
I'm gonna speak for you. Go ahead.
Oh, you muted.
Is it working now?
Yeah. We read now.
Okay. I don't know what the hell. Super. It was a superhero movie. This guy, I don't think he had any powers. He was a fucking nerd from Jesus Christ. I think he lost his girl to his neighbor. It was a whole bunch of shit.
Didn't he work at a Blockbuster rental?
Something like that.
That's the one we used. That's the one we loved. Vince, Super, the one that was on Netflix.
Yeah. It was in the movies. It was in the movies
with
too.
The dude
but
from The Office, right?
Yeah,
Rainn Wilson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the dude. Okay, see, I didn't actually finish that.
But he was a quirky loser type dude who, took it upon himself to get superhero powers. He gets murked at the end, I think, but otherwise.
Well, damn.
Yeah. Did he?
No, he didn't get murked at the end.
Are you sure?
No, I'm positive.
Okay. There was a movie where somebody got killed at the end.
He didn't get murked.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Kick-Ass, I think. Yeah. I'm thinking of Kick-Ass, which is not the main guy, the father.
Okay, I got it.
Right, yeah. Right. But no, you're not. You got it. You got it in one. That's them's his themes.
Yeah, it seems like it's the themes of a lot of directors in Hollywood right now. Like I said, you got Cheeks of War is getting cheekier as the days go by. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, that's different. That's tastefully done.
That's Jason Momoa's cheeks.
Art. It's art.
Art.
Art. It is art. It is gorgeous.
Wow.
The lighting and everything. It's just everything just hits at a it's gorgeous.
Well, just to kind of elaborate further. So what is definitely getting a lot of attention is the this orgy scene, evidently. And I mean, there was a lot that went into it. You don't just make an orgy scene. Like there's a lot of preparation. Have you ever thought about that? Like this isn't a natural. It's not like they'll say, "Hey, who wants to shoot an orgy? Let's just bring a camera and we'll just use it." No, it's like, yo, we got to cast this. People have to be casted appropriately. I wonder if they look at like, okay, I don't know, this might be that's not the right size, not the right color. I don't know if I want. Like, they have to decide these. These are things. I mean, I'm sorry. Look, I hate to say it, but these are things that go into it. And in order for this to happen, they have to have like certain cast members of the. For the movie, one of which is called an intimacy director. This is something I had never heard of, guys.
Coordinator? Intimacy
you never heard of intimacy coordinator?
Right.
Yeah.
A foul mouth, thug, love.
Orgy loving.
Love. So we had something.
This show is all about consent.
Yes.
Just so
No, Peacemaker.
Yeah.
So we had an intimacy coordinator by the name of Jessica Aaron Bennett, and I'm giving her a shout out because she did a great job. We had to audition. I don't know if we auditioned, but we had to have all these people come in and get people that were basically special talent extras,
right,
to do all the naked stuff.
Yeah.
So you're a special talent extra.
Mm-hmm.
you have now gotten your debut in Hollywood. Mama, I made it moment, right? On a popular show sponsored by Warner Brothers in the DC universe, which is one of the two biggest comic book franchises. And your first scene is you with your dick out toward the whole world. Do you go up from here? I've seen, this is gonna sound real bad, so feel free to take me on if you like, but I've seen women skyrocket after their nude scenes, their sex scenes. I don't know if it works the other way around. I'm thinking Sydney Sweeney. I'm thinking Nev. Excuse me. What's that? Denise from back in the day. I mean, there's a few. Does it work the other way around? Go ahead, and
I think it worked.
Your hand was up.
I know. I was like, was it a real question? I'm sorry. I was like, the first thing I thought of was like this movie I saw before called Boogie Nights. You ever seen that movie?
Oh, but Marky Mark was already established, right? Like he didn't.
He wasn't really making it.
No,
movies
he blew off
until
of
that
Boogie
movie.
Nights. He blew off
Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
okay.
was, I feel like that was his first real major movie.
Well,
think
I
that
just
was?
thought that
That's the one that
concept
gave him like award consideration.
Yeah.
Like, he got
Yeah,
way
Boogie Nights,
more. Yeah.
Dirk Diggler.
the concept.
Yeah.
Can I tell y'all a little real quick about that? There's a lady in that movie called what's her, the redhead Julianne Moore, right?
Yeah.
As a youth, I held a grudge against Julianne Moore for something that was completely outside of her control. All right. Avid Jurassic Park Michael Crichton fan, read the books, and Julianne Moore starred in Jurassic Park: The Lost World. All right, which I held religiously, of course, after reading the books. And so Julianne Moore was in Jurassic Park after being in Boogie Nights. And I remember being like, I don't want this hussy to come in messing up my Jurassic Park. Because I don't know if you recall the scenes that Julianne Moore was in Boogie Nights. But they were pretty. Now this is like 12-year-old me who doesn't have an idea of the real world and doesn't know that these are actors and they got to get money, blah, blah. But I'm sitting there like, I don't want to think about you. So that's just a weird quick quip about something that happened as a youth, but I don't feel that way anymore. I don't feel that way.
What was she?
I'm sorry, wait. 12-year-old you was holding a grudge on this woman after 12-year-old you saw Boogie Nights?
All right, maybe I wasn't 12. Maybe I was
just skip over that part.
But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it was just weird because I was like, how do you go from being like, a porn star, getting banged up, getting, having deposits made, into being like this researcher? It didn't register as a child. It did. Like I was like, I never saw Luke Scott. I had this weird mentality that did not necessarily exist in the realm of reality. All right, so I'm not saying it was the right thing to think or that it was just weird. For me, I was just like, every time I saw Julianne, I was like, okay, that's the chick who took Dirk Diggler and was like, make a deposit. I'm not going to say what she said. She's like, make a deposit. So during their scenes, she's like, feel free to make a deposit. He's like, you sure? He's like, yes. And then I see her as a researcher who gets lost on Island Nublar, and I'm like, these roles don't match. But that was immature. I admit that. Knowing that now, decades later, I'm like, what, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my mind just wasn't developed. All right. So
are you saying
that's more to my point? What the fuck was you doing at 12 years old watching some goddamn? Whose house was you at? Because I know your parents wasn't letting you watch that shit at home.
You know what? That is a great point. You know what? I'm thinking that this movie, somebody Google, tell me when Boogie Nights came out. I think my timeline is all off. I think it might have been college. But either way, I was immature. I was extremely, and still am, in many.
97?
97? Yeah, all right. Yeah, that was my freshman year.
Okay, no, you're right. Never mind. I rescind my judgment.
Yeah, I'm a old head. But anyway,
I think you owe Julianne Moore an apology. I think you should take a moment to apologize
for
all of the wrongful. Yes. Yeah, go full screen.
Julianne, I want to sincerely apologize to you for holding a grudge against you as a young adolescent, for seeing you play a role in a movie. That was all. It was just a role. You were just trying to get some money, feed your family, make yourself a way in life. And I just, as a young man raised in a Christian home, I just thought, oh no, I don't want this hussy defiling
my Michael Crichton movies. And that was immature, and that had nothing to do with you. I hope that you got what you needed out of that, including the deposit, if it was real. And I hope that that you now that you moved on, and I see that you've done a lot of big and pretty dope things. So just want to say I apologize for being so short-sighted as a youth, and I get it now. All right, but I don't know. I don't know. At the time, it wasn't necessarily, you know what I'm saying, my thing. Anyway, let's go ahead and keep this going. So, in addition to the the intimacy coordinator, it was just kind of, can we just say that it was a little weird for the cast of Peacemaker as a whole to be involved with this type of scene.
We were very, very careful with everybody. You know, you're doing all the nude scenes and it's all crazy, and then we call cut, and instantly everybody comes in and puts their robe on and stuff.
Right.
And then it takes time, and then you got to go back. And
so they don't continue on having a good time and then.
I
don't know.
It's not the Grillo residence.
I don't know the Grillo residence. I'm the most conservative old Italian fella you've ever met.
So, but it was great because I'm like, I love intimacy coordinators because number one, they make sure everybody's really comfortable.
Yeah.
But number two, just as importantly, is that creatively they really help. I started out, my first ever job was on a movie called Romeo and Juliet. One of my first ever jobs after writing the script was to go and coordinate the sex scenes. So I had to, because it was all B movies, sex and violence, and I actually had to go in a room with just me and two women and figure out what the sex scene was going to be. And I didn't really love it. And then as I've gotten older, I don't really love having to.
No.
I just I want this and this, and I don't know if this person's going to be comfortable with eating another woman's ass.
I'm
Wow.
sorry.
Wow.
I beg your finest pardon.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh.
You know what?
These are things that we don't think about. Like, there's a whole full orgy. Now, here, Ty, let me tell you this. I'm going to spoil this one part. I'm going to spoil it for everybody in here. If you haven't seen the orgy scene already, I'm going to just go ahead and tell you. Yes, you're going to see penis. All right. I'm sorry. But there's way more boobage. It is a sea of boobage in this orgy. And I mean, I'm not saying this is a perv. I'm just saying, it's not if you're one of these who's like, all the dicks. This is not them trying to force you into a magic mirror house of dicks. There's action. Go ahead.
No non-perv has to say I'm not a perv.
Yeah. So Vince, what you're saying is there is a balance. There is a balance there's a balance. There's a balance ratio of.
Every dick is about a dozen tits, a dozen pair.
I mean,
every set of balls, there is a dozen pair of breasts. Right.
I felt that's not a true ratio. I feel like you weren't really counting. I feel like you weren't really counting there, Vince.
So he's undervalued.
I feel like we're underselling the
many other things happened.
Oh wow!
All right. Let me ease off this.
Hey, before we move on though, there's one thing that I wanted to address because it was very quickly said.
I'm so sorry, Dan. It's just why would I agree to this? I swear, every week I ask myself why. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ty.
I was just gonna say one of the things that James Gunn said when he was describing the intimacy coordinator, he said she had to do auditions. Well, they really weren't auditions. So what you? Yeah. He said it really. He said it, and it was like you would breeze right over it. But I kind of fixated on it. I was like, so what were they exactly? If they weren't auditions, if they weren't auditions, I'm curious of that because whenever you're. Because when there's a job posting for something like this, come in and audition, I would think. But he's saying no, it really wasn't auditions. They just came in and she was like, you're big enough. You're not gonna make
all right.
Look, that's what he said.
There was 1,000% a conversation about the variety of what was going to be on that set. There was 1,000%.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm sure. But I think, and let me see, let me go what this is. He says,
wait, what?
What he said was there were special talent extras, is what he called them. So they're essentially extras. Now, extras aren't normally auditioned. You understand? Extras normally get what they call a cattle call. All right. Send out a whole, hey, today we're filming. You get paid $50 for the whole day, probably a little more if you're nude, right? We don't give a fuck about your acting career. We just need bodies. All right. And then once they have this room full of people, they start picking and choosing who is going to be most appropriate for said scenes. That's how it works in the acting realm. Carlos would tell you, before he got his big roles in like the multiverse and whatnot, he was doing a lot of extra work, and they would just get the cattle call, and you just get it. I've considered doing extra work. I don't want to. I won't do it because it's like I don't want to be an actor. But that's kind of one of the things. So yeah, it's special talent extras is what they call. So that's why there wasn't an audition. Ty, they don't have speaking roles. They just gotta make the body parts go up.
They pull up with a robe and they just be like, you'll do. All right, next.
Yeah. All right, that's about what we're looking for. All right, but one of the things that I thought was also very funny was in this orgy scene that happens. All right. And we're almost done. Okay, I know. And is like every word he said.
No. I'm in the comments now. I'm sitting here like y'all all over here acting like y'all don't see Harmony's comment, and I'm sitting over here trying to.
I answered.
Hey, how do you put the cats on the screen? I ain't know how to do that yet. But
click the comment.
Yeah, just click on it. There you go.
Where's Harmony? Are there different size?
And I
are you mean in life or on the show?
No, the prosthetic.
That one.
Oh wow.
Okay. There's been a couple of comments back. Y'all been missing out.
Well, you help me out, man. I can't push it all. Help brother out. You know what I'm saying? Help brother out. We still in the Justice League. So here's another thing that I thought was extremely eye-opening. So I'm gonna be a little candid, all right, about this part. All right. So if you are of the hiring type, don't listen to this part. All right. But Ty and I think I can say without any too much of your denial, Ty and I both partake of the Lord's Lord's herb.
Okay.
The herb that yields seeds, as it says in Hebrews 6:18. Okay, Ephesians also speaks about the fruit that yields seed. All right, that does not, So we're gonna talk about the stalk of Sensimania that was left on Solomon's grave. All right, and that's something that we do because look, man, hey, life is hard. You know what I'm saying? So
that's right.
Now, John Cena, not so much. He doesn't have as much experience in the realm of drugs, or I don't even like to call weed. Let's just talk. You don't have a lot of experience in the world of weed, and I guess it came full circle when this scene came about. He speaks about it.
No, you just kind of have to be around the orgy because it's not satisfying you. Like you're trying to do all the things, drugs, booze, escapes. You're trying all the escapism and none of it is working. And that's why you have to go to the next level of escapism. And boy, was that a load off somebody's chest. They had to teach me how to do a bong rip. Like, yeah, you got to use the thing. I was like, all right, whatever. I'm like, no, I want to make it look like he smokes weed. How do you use this thing? And the prop people had to come over and be like, okay, this is how you do it. If you ever need another lesson, after hours, we're good. That's new for me. My uppers are in a coffee mug. So, snorting whatever the hell they had me snort, that was fun. It was like some meal. I know some places use B12. B12 sucks because it's actually good for the bloodstream, so it makes you red and flush. This was like a protein mix that was not harmful. It was just like it would get a little residuey, but it wouldn't like flush your skin and make you all weird. But I think the biggest thing was people genuinely not thinking I knew my way around a bong and then realizing like I had no fucking clue what I was doing.
That sounds like he was sniffing fruit fresh. That sounds like he was sniffing Fruit Fresh.
Fruit Fresh.
Yo, so Fruit Fresh is like a powdered substance that maybe or maybe not some drug dealers have cut their cocaine with.
Maybe or maybe not.
It has
I'm sorry, what?
It's called Fruit Fresh, and
what can you pick up said product?
I don't know. All I'm saying is what he's describing sounds like Fruit Fresh. If you were to sniff Fruit Fresh, it's not going to cake up your nose. It's not going to make you feel like what he was saying all red. It's just you might taste it. You might taste it.
Your face said it. Your face said what I was like.
Look, I'm just putting it out there. Like there's things like, you know, he's not describing baby laxative. He's not describing, you know, like any of, you know. So I mean, this is what I heard anyway. I heard this somewhere.
Yo, but the whole like, yo, somebody I wanted to do a bong. I'd never done that before. Somebody had to teach me how to rip a bong. It's like, you know, if you if you need lessons after the set,
yeah, I'm your man.
I'm your guy. But yeah, man. So I thought that those are some of the funnest parts of this. Now, of course, if you have been watching even just what we've been showing here, then you've noticed that one of the members of the cast is Mr. Frank Grillo, who is now playing the role of Rick Flag Sr. If you're up to date on the show, if you're up to date, then you know that Mr. Rick Flag Jr., and not even on the show, actually, this is from Suicide Squad, if I'm not mistaken. Rick Flag Jr. is no longer with us. Rick Flag, who was played by Joel Kinnaman. Yeah, Kinnaman. And I think they stuck with Peacemaker for a little while. So now we have Frank Grillo playing the role of Rick Flag Sr. Rick Flag Sr. has also taken the mount from Amanda Waller. So the role Amanda Waller normally plays in Argus has been given to Frank Grillo after the testaments of her daughter in last season. Okay. That sound robotic to y'all? I just got a text. Somebody told me that sound robotic. I don't know. It might just be me.
No, you sound
sound good to me.
So
yeah.
So now I say that to say because obviously there's been some great work done on behalf of the movie blog. If you haven't already subscribed to the movie blog on YouTube and Instagram and everywhere you can find it, then you are wrong. So get right. But yeah, we had an opportunity, if I can say so. I keep slipping that we in there to get to interview Mr. Frank Grillo, and he seems like a pretty cool dude. And believe it or not, he may have some hidden talents that you may be surprised about.
With Frank Grillo,
very small microphones,
very tiny. Wait, could I get I don't know. What would you call what you just did?
What did I do?
You singing?
Oh, I sing. I'm a singer.
Can we get some here?
What would you like me to sing?
Feelings.
Okay. Nothing more than feelings. Trying to forget those feelings of enough teardrops rolling down on my face.
Hey,
that's all I got for you, bro.
Hey, that was amazing. I don't even know if I need a question.
I say wow.
So, one question. So, you've played warriors before, right?
A lot. Right?
Yeah. Okay. So, what do you think is harder to portray? Physical strength or emotional resilience?
That's a great question. And for me, I think it's harder to play emotional resilience because it's a balancing act. You know what I mean? Not to go too far and to go far enough. And the physicality to me is easier. Yeah, it's easy.
As it should be, though.
Yeah, right?
You've been doing your thing for a long time. I don't want to hold you up. I don't want to get stoned. So
no, you're good.
Well, no, okay, perfect. So, has playing Rick Flag Sr. taught you anything about legacy or fatherhood?
Before he answers, I just want to big up your brother, man, for being so. Yo, the dude is, man. You must have taught this dude. I mean, let me not take away from that man's own accomplishment. But I see your professionalism and your ethic in him. You know what I mean? Like just the respect for their time, the preparation, the ability to jump and pounce on an opportunity, to expound on a moment. Like I see all of that, man. And I'm just curious, like, does that come from you? Was that always there? And did
It's
you
a
write
little
that
bit of
question?
Oh no. So like it's a little bit of both. So he's got his own little natural charisma. Like I introduce him, I call him Lord. He's my little brother. He towers over me. But he's always had this natural presence, natural charisma. He has his own thing that he does. He puts out music. Like you actually found him on Spotify, SoundCloud. He's got his own thing going. So like he's got this natural presence that he's able to bring to the carpet, and it's a big help for all of us. I write that question? No, but these are like things that we've instilled in each other. We've like done so many of these. We have our own little other side, Instagram, the Premier Brothers. He's got it down. He's got it down.
Yeah.
He's got it down now, and I'm proud of him.
Yeah, big up to bro, man. He's holding it down. Let's see how Frank Grillo answers this last question, which I believe was, how does your role impact fatherhood or something of that sort?
Well, I'm a father of 3 sons, and so the reason why I am who I am and doing what I'm doing, specifically on this show, is for revenge. And, you know, it's taught me how to deal with, if something terrible will happen, how to deal with the emotion and the grief of, God forbid, losing a child. Yeah. Not to bring the party down.
It's okay. I'm a new father as well, so I get it now. Yeah.
When did you-
Well, he's three now.
Yeah,
so
yeah. So you know that feeling.
I feel bad being here, right? You know, without him. So you know, I get it now. But thank you, Frank. I really appreciate it. Lamar with the Movie Blog. Signing out.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
One time, I always like to see how the cast members interact with all right, I'm just gonna say it, our people, damn it, and I'm claiming it in the name of Jesus. All right? To our people, and it's just refreshing when they're so, even if it is an act, because these are actors, when they're seemingly respectful. You know what I'm saying? And so Frank Grillo just gained a lot. I mean, I ain't a Frank Grillo fan. It's not like I'm not a fan. Not like I don't like him, but I was just like, oh shit. Okay. Like I feel like now when I see him, I feel a little different because of how he did treat your brother. If that makes any sense. Does that make any sense to y'all? Am I tripping?
No. I mean,
How are you?
You're not tripping, but are we gonna just breeze past the fact that he just said, based off how I'm doing on the show, it gives me like, you know, how I would handle a real life situation. So I listen, I haven't seen this show. I haven't seen this show.
What's going on?
Yeah, like we're gonna, like, I mean, everybody just acted like we didn't just hear that shit. He was like, yo, the show has given me a new look on how to deal with it if it were ever to happen in real life. So I haven't seen this first episode, but I can almost assume that like his form of revenge is trying to kill Peacemaker. Like,
Only you would pick that up.
Wow. Gonna skip past it. Like he didn't just say that.
I
He's like,
literally
yo,
didn't even-
so now I have a better understanding on how to deal with it if it really happens in real life. Okay.
I literally did not even. I didn't even peep that. Like, yeah. So if something happens to my son, all I gotta do is become the head of a government agency and then seek revenge using all of my resources through the U.S. government. Yes, that is quite the thing. What's up, lady?
Oh my God.
No, I'm saying no. That doesn't seem like an unsound strategy. In my opinion, there's a couple people that's doing that shit right now. So well.
Oh yeah, hey boy, you just said a mouthful just now. Oh,
Art imitates life.
Look, we gotta protect you at all costs.
Yeah. Protect Lady Mandalore. Listen, we listen. When I was watching the show, there's so many elements. All right, so let's kind of delve into it, and then let's go ahead. Let's trek off. And by the way, just a real quick announcement, guys. I did ask everybody last week if the chat and if folks that are happen to be followers and supporters of ours, we sincerely thank you all so much. If you'd be interested, if we had another day of the week, and so just wanted to confirm that we are in the process of setting that up. Hopefully, starting these upcoming weeks, we should have 1 or 2, maybe even 3 or 4 additional days of content in which we will take the extra. Do y'all hear my phone ringing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you hear it, then we hear it.
Oh, I didn't know. You know, sometimes if it's on your device, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, but yeah, so we want to expand the universe. Hallelujah. So we will be announcing in this upcoming weeks when our additional shows or additional airings, they might not all be 2 hours, they might not all be multi-levels, and you know, we might have, you know, oh, this is 30 minutes based on just Alien Earth, or oh, today we're going to talk about who would be the best, you know, new Spider-Man villain. But we do want to go ahead and put that out there right now, so be on the lookout for that. Hopefully we can garner your support, and even if it's not live, y'all still pull on up and drop those comments, because we definitely read the comments. I'm saying this because we may not have time to talk all about the entire episode of Peacemaker and Foundation and Cheeks of War and this, and also talk about the impact of Mr. Tillman's new role in Spider-Verse in Spider-Man, which we will be discussing a little bit later today. But we want to have more room for that. So please be on the lookout for that, and please continue to support in those endeavors. I would highly recommend that you hit the notifications. And even if you don't like the fact that it's annoying, we're not on that much. So come on, give me a break. Anyway, I love the fact that they delved into this.
Shout out Lord. Lord is in the comments.
Oh,
he's in here. He's in the comments. Shout out to him.
Oh, what's up, Lord? Hey, that's
the
man right there. Okay, yo, Lord, big up to you, man. We see you, homeboy. You held it down. Here's what I want to ask. You know, why isn't he here? And why isn't he here?
He's in the comments. You could ask him instead of asking Ant, since he's
Lord,
probably do you more justice.
Lord, what's your IG? I'm gonna send you a link.
Hold on. I got it.
I want to know. Oh man, see, this is the problem I have with this is the problem. Well, I was gonna say something, but I knew what Ty was gonna say after that. And so I'm like, nah, man, I'm not going. And
my brother's
okay, what about that experience do we not know? Did Frank, did he when he was coming down the line, was his energy with everybody? Does Frank have bad breath? Was he cologned? Was he the same way after the camera went off as he was while the camera was on? These are questions that I have for the interviewer. So
I don't think I've ever seen that man be mean to anybody. He might be, you know, feeling a little loosey-goosey with some of the pre-gaming or whatever. But outside of that, I've never seen that man. I mean, listen.
I think he was a little bit.
Yes. I'm trying to be polite. A little bit.
Did I miss that?
No, not on here. I think he had a come to Jesus type of talk and has significantly cut it down. But no, Frank cool shit. Yeah, Frank cool shit. Yeah, he all right.
You know what Frank Grillo, the movie that stands out to me from Frank Grillo was The Purge. Remember, he at one of the Purge movies. He was like the
two of them.
Was it Purge 2?
No, he did 2 movies. He did
two of the Purge movies.
Yeah,
2 and 3.
He's like the only one who did like 2 movies.
Yeah, I enjoyed him in the Purge movies, man, and anything else that I've seen Frank Grillo in has been mob based. It's been like Italian, you know, movies, like, you know what I'm saying, like he's been a gangster and a lot of stuff, as he should be, in terms of you know, his heritage and everything like that. So, but yeah, man, I like Frank Grillo.
Yo, Transformers for me. Wasn't he in Transformers?
Yes, he was he was head of head of the ops team or something like that, I think, at one point.
Oh, you know what? I'm confusing him with
No, that wasn't him.
That was Josh Duhamel.
Yeah, that was Josh.
It might have been G.I. Joe, but he was in one of them Jones. But most importantly, he did have his interview this time with the one and only Lord, and I'm here to announce to you that here in our very presence is none other than the one, the only interviewer extraordinaire, Mr. Lord. Now
let me stop. It's good though. I appreciate y'all for real, and the kind words. Thank you, because you know I just be going out there and hoping that I'm doing the best job that I can. So the way y'all break it down makes me feel amazing, because I'm like, this is like it makes it official, you know. Like I could just go there and I'll do the interviews, I talk to the people, but having y'all break it down after the fact, I feel like I'm on TV.
Somebody's casting it to a TV somewhere, I'm sure. And if you ain't, do it right now. We'll wait. So much for pulling up. Your brother was telling me how he taught you everything that you know, and how you would not have any success if it wasn't for him contributing to your life, and how you need to thank him profusely right now, preferably for all that he's done. I'm just playing. Now, yeah, man. So we have the one and only Mr. Loud Sama in the flesh as we speak. And here's what I'm wondering, man. I was asking, like, what did we not see in this interview with let's start with Frank Grillo, because we were able to show last week your interactions with not only Peacemaker himself, John Cena, but also with Danielle. Danielle Fit.
It's okay. I almost called that Adebayo a few times.
Adebayo, you know what I'm saying? Or we call her. What was her name on what was her name on? Tasty, right?
Yes.
But when Frank Grillo was in your presence, you already had everything worked up, prepared to ask him a question. After that was over, what happened?
So, well, before I got in here, I think you mentioned something like, how was he with the other people on the carpet? And Correct. To be honest, he was super cool. Before he even got to me, the girl, I don't know if you see, there's like a little short girl next to me, well, woman, let me say, next to me. She's one of the other outlets that's there. Aunt probably remembers her. One time we had to send her footage after the fact because someone stepped right in front of her shop, but we got it for her. So with her, he was, you know, I don't even know what made him start singing, but they were there singing and stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is amazing. I got to get some of this. So when he came to me, the first thing I thought was like, so we can't get some of that too for the movie? and he was like, what? I was like, the singing. He was like, what should I sing? I was like, I don't know. And then he just busts out like feelings. And I'm like, oh. I just started singing with him like, this is amazing. This is golden. So he was super cool. After the interview, he was cool. You know, he said he gave me his condolences. He gave me his greetings. He was just regular, like a regular person, you know, like he was having fun. He was happy to be there the same way we were happy to be there to interview him. So, you know, it was a pretty dope experience. And I will say, like Ant was saying in the last video, this may have been the best red carpet that I've done personally. Like everyone was so chill. Everybody went to every different station. The only person I didn't get was Economos, because at the time I think I was interviewing Lee. I was interviewing Nah. And he must have walked right behind me while I was doing it, so I didn't get to catch him. He was the only one. I was sick. But the fact that the rest of them did it, the fact that Big Sean was there, I wasn't expecting that. And then I did an interview with him, and then he just stayed like James Gunn was walking past, and mind you, in my head, I'm like, Ant will kill me if I do not talk to James Gunn. So I literally reached my hand back like, no, and grabbed him. I met this man a day of my life, but I literally reached back and just grabbed him like, no, please don't go. Mind you, his security was there, and I'm talking to the security like, yo, bro, are you ex-Mossad? Because he looked ex-Mossad. He looked like Israeli intelligence. So I'm like, you ex-Mossad? He bust out laughing, and then he looked at me like, how you? He came back after. He was like, how you know about Mossad? I was like, I'm a student of history. Let's say that. And he just gave me £1. And then later on, I went back to him. I was like, by the way, that was a pretty Mossad question to ask. He started dying. So, like, everybody on the carpet was so cool. And then the fact Big Sean stayed there and did the interview with James Gunn, I was like, oh my. in my head, I was like, I made it.
Yeah, legit. You should. So
it was amazing.
Go ahead.
No, that's it.
And you on mute or something?
Yeah, you on mute, bro.
Me?
Real quick. One thing I noticed in that interview that you don't often see a lot of red carpets, or you might not know if you're not there. You got to read their body language. Their body language is everything. You read the body language of the handlers, you read the body language of the talent, you read the body language of the people standing next to you. And what I noticed is that when you walked up to Frank Grillo and you started talking to him, and the first thing you said was, "Hey, can you sing for me?" Guard went immediately down. He put his arm around you. He started touching you. He's like, "Yo, let's talk for real." His body language was on point. You don't see that with a lot of interviewers. A lot of them, like you see them, they walk around with Purell. Like as soon as you shake their hand, and they move on. But Frank was a real one. He looked like he was really there. Even James kind of skated off on you. I ain't gonna say nothing, but like Frank stood around. Frank stood around. So I like that about Frank. I just wanted to point that out. Good. And again, I'm proud of you. You reach and you grab that dude. You get that.
Careful.
Hey, reach out and touch me. They say, right, bro. I had to in my head because the other, I think it was Stefan. I can't remember the other director or the producer. He wasn't there. So when I saw James Gunn, I was like, no.
Peter Safran.
Peter Safran, yes. He wasn't there. So when I saw him, I was like, no, I have to do it. And I couldn't believe it. Everyone was so calm. The fact that John Cena came to me and was like, thank you for your patience. I'm like, bro, my patience. Like, this is the only reason I'm here, bro. Like thank you. So cool. Like, everybody was so cool. Danielle, y'all saw how, everybody got comfortable, that, which was shocking. Everybody just got comfortable with the questions. A few of them hit me with the, that's an amazing question, bro. And when I heard that, I was like, especially when Big Show said it, like he took like a good 5 seconds and then he was like, yo, that's a really, I was like, my boy.
Yo, before you speak, and I gotta mute you every now and then when you talk, because there's a little bit of an echo. But for since you did bring up the Big Sean joint, let's go ahead and give him a taste, because I don't think we had an opportunity to see that yet. So an exclusive once again from the movie blog right here on the New Blurred Order. You will see this nowhere else. This is the one and only Loud Sama, which we're gonna talk about that name too, Mr. Anime, and Big Sean himself.
Got the credit for it, but at the same time, he's bossed the fuck up, and his power would be to go crazy. I don't know. That's a good.
All right, let's stop real quick. So talk to us, set us up real quick, Loud Sama. Like where are we right now with this interview? What was the question that you asked, and how did you come about the interview? Because you didn't grab Sean. Is he the one you grabbed? Nah.
So interesting enough, me and Geralda, actually one of my closest friends from like high school. Luckily, she's already in media. So when Aunt couldn't come, I was scrambling to try to find somebody. And I just went to a random networking event. She was there, and I just was like, perfect. So she came, and while she was recording, she's the one that said it. Oh, is that Big Sean? And I was like, wait, what? And then I remember, he's like, because one, yeah, I made music. I can say it because it's been a while since I put something out. I got some stuff in the vault, but just seeing him in person is like, yo, that's insane. This is, Big Sean. So we sat and we just watched where he was going, and then I noticed him see me after a point. And remember, it's real. We're the only us in the room. The entire carpet is just us. So usually they pick up on that, we pick up on that, and when he looked at me, I was like, I'm praying to God he comes over here. So immediately, I didn't even have questions ready for him. I just immediately started thinking right there, writing questions down. So then when he came, the question that I asked was, if you had what would your superpower name be? And like, if you did have superpowers, what would they be, and what would your backstory be? And he was like, yo, that's a really interesting question. And then you saw he tried to think about it, but it was like on the spot, you know. It was one of those, you can't really just answer on it. You got to really think about that. So I didn't expect him to have like the full answer, but you know, his powers to turn up. Who'll be mad at that, you know? So
yeah. Well, just to be real quick, one thing that I got out of this interview was that he's a blur, and I didn't know. You know, I was completely. I mean, I thought, you know, I think of Big Sean. I'm thinking, you know, hey, fuck you, fuck. You know, what was the song he had? Where and I fuck with you.
Sorry, it's funny you mentioned that, because he answered that as well and was saying that's actually like the worst song he's ever made in his mind.
Oh, really?
Which was insane. And the camera started messing up, so I'm not absolutely sure if y'all caught that part in the footage that I sent. But he said like that song was him really stepping out of his comfort zone and doing something that he didn't really like. Even after he recorded it, he was like he wasn't gonna put it out, but someone told him to, and it ended up being like his biggest hit. So it was, and I was like, you know, it'd be those times that you step outside the box that really changed the culture. So it was just interesting. Like, I couldn't believe he said he didn't like that song, because that song was fire.
I can believe it only because it feels to me like a song that you make out of emotion. You know what I'm saying? And since it's literally directly directed at somebody that's a real person, like it's not an allegory. It's real. Like he really didn't like this chick. Like they had a relationship. But Taylor Swift does that shit all the time. Adele, freaking, you know, like these things happen. And not just women, but I mean men. We write about heartbreak, and this was his heartbreak song. And so this is how he felt. Like, yo, I don't fuck with you. So it actually is kind of cool that he has a little bit of remorse, because it shows that he has a heart, and he has that level of emotional intellect.
Emotional intelligence. And it's cool to really see, like you're saying, that at the end of the day, he's just a regular person. You know, he goes through the same emotions that we go through. He has the same thought process, because I've written some wild songs, you know, and it goes completely against what I'm about. But I'm just like, people hear it and they're like, yo, you feel what I'm saying? So it's like, sometimes you got to do that, and you got to make money so you could afford your dreams, right? So
yeah. Let's see what else you said here.
But you know, that's a well thought out question, bro. Like, yeah, but the music is the power in itself, for real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask one more question. I figure we gotta go. So, your career has evolved across eras in hip hop, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the one creative risk you took that scared you the most but paid off?
So this is what you talk about right here. Okay, let's go.
First Diamond song, but I just thought it was just a little obnoxious. I ain't gonna lie, and I ended up just being like, fuck it one day, and paid off big.
And it be those moments.
Hold on. I don't know if you heard that right. So you asked him what was his biggest regret, and he said that it was that song. Let me break that up.
First Diamond song, but
eras in hip hop, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the one creative risk you took that scared you the most but paid off?
I don't fuck with First Diamond song, but
hold on, what happened? Did you edit that out?
No, that's
so what I did actually, I put my phone in pro video mode, and I didn't realize it had it set automatically to go into 8K. So, and I set it to save to my SD card, which is like a terabyte. But when I record in pro video mode, it was saving to my internal storage. So it was cutting the video in and out until Geralda realized it and switched it back to regular mode. That's why some are like choppy like that.
Okay. I was wondering, because he says the words, but then for whatever reason, it seemed like he didn't say it. So let's go ahead and keep going.
Just thought it was just a little obnoxious. I ain't gonna lie, and I ended up just being like, fuck it one day, and paid off big.
And it be those moments that end up changing the culture.
Yeah, I feel like as artists we take it a lot too serious sometimes, when it's just like you expressing yourself, you having fun. You can't really get caught up in like what critics say. Like, you just express yourself. Like, I feel like the fact that we get a chance to do that in this short lifetime, bro, is like already a blessing. You know, everything else is just sprinkles on top. So it's like, yeah.
Bro, love, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah, what's up?
Fucking big, man.
What's the deal?
It's amazing. So,
Yeah.
if you could create a superhero, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So it's a little out of order. All right, that's cool. Yo, so this is has he expressed this before? I haven't never heard this before.
I've only known that he was a Blurred. Like, I didn't know he hated, well, not hated, but he kind of regretted that song. But, you know, it's cool to see. And you see how I kind of fanned out a little in the beginning.
A little. You was a fan.
I'm like, oh, man, you know, you got to show love, man.
Yeah, it was all right. So before we move on to a couple of things, with which you're more than welcome to take part if you like. And by the way, man, seeing you here doing this version of, I don't know, it's like he's like what's oh my god, I can't believe my memory's so bad. He's like the Blurred Ryan Seacrest for us now. He's on the red carpet doing all this stuff, and so we can't help you, can't think, you know. But what else? Of all the things that you experienced, because we were so elated with you interviewing John Cena, Adebayo, everybody, what didn't we see that you think is worth speaking on? Because you can't catch everything.
No, you can't. I'm trying to think. Like, I was kind of caught up in the moment. Oh, sorry, my little man is at. I was trying to call up. It's okay. Don't worry, Papa. Okay. I'm not. It's okay. High five. All right. So, what didn't we notice? Well, really, just the atmosphere around everything happening. Like I said, and like Ant was saying, you saw in the first video you guys did it. I was kind of like anxious at first. It looked like I was playing double dutch, waiting to jump in and out. You know what I'm saying? Like that is a serious thing, because we've been to multiple, like he said, originally we were just like, let's not step on any toes. Let's not get anybody upset. We're trying to get invited back, you know, like, so we were really cautious about what we would say, how we would say. He even constantly nudges me like, yo, do not say the N-word, because I'll be just, you know. Legit, you know, when I get passionate about things, it just flows, you know. So I be in the time to compose myself in the moment, but it's just those little steps of preparation in the background. It was extremely hot and humid in there, so you could see me like rubbing my face and stuff. I'm like, man, I need to put powder on next time. There's those little things that's going on in the background you don't notice, but it's funny. And then because everybody was so cool, everybody waited to speak to everyone. It was just, you know, kind of went off without a hitch. In actuality, the only other things that really don't get displayed are like the after party, or like the actual premiere. You know, you can't record when the premiere is going on, but the after party is usually cool, and people usually break up into their own little cliques and stuff. But me and Ant just roam around to different groups and stuff. We was in there dancing one time. We got the party turned up. Everybody was kind of circling.
Oh, yo, remember Elizabeth Olsen? Yo, bro, she wasn't even supposed to be there.
She wasn't.
No,
It'd be dope. I can't lie. Like, we did one for Westworld, and we got to meet Jesse from Breaking Bad. Like, it was the best part is when you are Aaron Paul, exactly, the coolest. Like, the best part is when they're exactly how you think they would be in person. Like when you run into Big Sean and he's actually like introspective and he's actually like deep and like, you know what I'm saying? Or you run into Aaron Paul and he's cool as hell, like he about to go roll up with you or something, you know, like that's the best part about it, I would say. I'm kind of, the one thing I'm upset about is I thought about it after the fact. I was about to be like, yo, Big, like if you want, I'll make an app for you free of charge, bro, just to get into the circle. And I thought about it after the fact, like, yo, what's up, man? If you need something, I got you, man. Like, legit.
You need to shoot your shot, man. You're supposed to shoot your shot.
Right. I should have, but next time, hopefully. I got a feeling we'll run into him again, especially in the space.
Yeah. Well, listen, man, I can't thank you enough. We're gonna go ahead and start chatting on a couple other things. But before we let you, hopefully you'll come back and join us again and give us the play-by-play on all of these other things. Because I see, obviously, this is a career move. Hallelujah. You know what I'm saying? But Loud Sama, Dragon Ball Z?
So actually, Lord originally was my rap name. So Lord is an actual word in the dictionary. It means to praise. So I looked at it like the name embodies the character that allows me to achieve what I want to achieve. So I kind of praise the character itself for allowing me to live in my purpose, you know? So that's where I came up with the name Lord from. And then the Sama part just means master. So I'm the master of my purpose. So like, you know, just a little something.
Yo, but there's the Sama part.
Yeah, the Sama part is just because I love Japanese culture, like anime, ramen, Japanese. Outside of Jamaican food, Japanese and Jamaican food like 1A, 1B. You know what I'm saying? Like anything Japan, I love. Like when I was a kid, I used to say if I could go to Japan and meditate under a cherry blossom tree, I could die happily. And that clearly I didn't experience the world yet at all, but that was my idea, you know, like making it. So like Japan, anything Japan. It's me. You feel me? So yeah, that's where the name came from.
I think they call those weebies. What do they call them? Weebs. Yeah,
Weebs. Yes.
And I think there's probably a good restaurant somewhere in Brooklyn that serves oxtail sushi.
Yo, well, only one I know is like Naruto ramen, but that's like my fifth favorite. My favorite ramen spot, I give a shameless plug, is Zudo Ramen in the city, the Lower East Side. Best ramen, best sushi. ZUTTO ramen.
I need you.
In my opinion, my humble opinion.
Okay.
Come on, Kira.
I'm gonna let you answer.
Kitchen.
All right. I'm bougie though, so pardon me. I'm a Tanshin type of girl. I like them. They're over in Manhattan. There is this spot that's over by Cat's Deli. It's a blend of Japanese and Jewish food. They've got this oh my gosh. It's a bun. What's the it's not brisket. It's this pastrami bao bun. That shit is fucking insane. I'm just saying. They've got that. They've got good ramen in there too. We'll talk later. I don't want to be giving up on my spots. I don't need y'all coming up to my spots and making this shit
exactly. Y'all lucky I said Zudo. I'm not gonna hold you. I hate when my spot is full up. Like
no. I just need them to maintain so they keep the doors open, but y'all ain't invited.
Yo, look, Lord, man, we sincerely appreciate you pulling up at the literal drop of a dime, man. I hope this won't be our last time, Mr. Simon. We're gonna check out the music as well. Thanks again. We will see you on the flip side. Everybody, please help us to the pretty loud.
I'm actually working right now, funny enough, but I was like, I had to get on the live, so I'll definitely catch y'all next time though. Let me know.
You hear that, boss? Doing extra shit on your dime. Make sure we get that. Thanks again, man. Everybody, one more time, loud applause for Mr. Loud Sama. Lord Sama, who gives us the phenomenal interviews with Frank Grillo and Big Sean, so on and so forth. Pull up, man. Hey, yo, and I hope we can have him on a little bit more, man. He definitely fits the culture, so appreciate that. Let's go ahead and wrap up this conversation about Peacemaker. All right, just let's real quick run down the noticeables. Lady Mandalore has already mentioned the fact that Eagle Lee stumbled upon another door, and the question is, why did Eagle Lee go directly to that door? That's a very, very good question. Also, are we liking where this is going? Ty, we're going to go ahead, since you said it's okay to spoil, we'll go ahead and spoil it for you. Mr. Peacemaker has stumbled on a goddamn pocket universe. It's not exactly a pocket universe. It's the universe. It's the universe that his dad, I think it was real funny how Vigilante's like, your dad is real smart for a racist. So he has this little thing, and which is where he kept his weapons and all of that. And now he has access to this, Ty. So he goes in it and he sees another universe where his dad is still alive, his brother is still alive, and not only are they still alive, they're superheroes together. They're like a group. They're a family group. They're like the Invincibles. If the Invincibles were three dudes that were racist in another all right, that leave that.
So are they good guys? Are they? I mean, the superheroes.
We don't know yet. We don't know yet. What they're leading us to believe is that in this alternate universe, there was a time in which they fought crime together. They're giving us like the fact that his name is not the Red Dragon in this and is the Blue Dragon. I'm hoping that he's like heavy Biden, heavy Bernie vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like the opposite of like, you know, the racist red, because you know, like in the world of politics, red is Republican, blue. I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, blue, okay, interesting. And his brother still being alive. I think his brother, there might have been a mention of a brother having a kid. I might just imagine that myself. But these are the developments. The other thing is his neighbor, Lady Mandalore. Have thou any I wonder if your assumption is the same as my assumption about his neighbor in the pocket universe. That, I mean, I know it's not a pocket universe, but that's just what I'm calling it right now. Is this or is this not Martian Manhunter? Is the question. Well, I'm not going to show a picture of him because I don't have one, but I'm asking you, Lady Mandalore, if you have an idea as to whether or not the guy, because it kind of looks like the Martian Manhunter from the Justice League movie.
I don't know.
Well, that can be easily, because the guy from the Justice League movie is the same guy from Different World. So that guy.
Yeah. But he's not. But see, you understand? Like, he's not actually. That guy is not Martian Man. That guy is the image that Martian Manhunter projects. Right? Is a shapeshifter. So in this particular show, in this show, we meet a alien character. We don't know if it's a Martian. We don't know what it is, but he just comes out the woodworks and puts a squirrel in a buck in some shit. Ant, you're speaking, but I can't hear you. I think you're muted.
Oh, I got it. Look down at the bottom. I got it. The image.
Oh, okay, there it is. Okay, boom. Shoot, hold on 1 second, guys. Give me a second. I gotta get this live action. All right, here it is. So this is the guy that I'm talking about, guys. All right. So he can't. I mean, you don't see Martian Man. I mean, that's kind of like what the Martian Manhunter. Now, it doesn't mean that he's the Manhunter. Maybe he's another Martian. You know, I don't know. Maybe he's not the Manhunter. Maybe he's something completely different. But I can't help but feel like he looks almost exactly like the Manhunter that we saw in Justice League.
Where are you getting this from? No, absolutely not. He doesn't look anything like the Martian Manhunter we saw
in his regular form before when he was not in the human form. Yes, he does.
No, man, nah, bro. Like
he kind of does.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from him having the 4 eyes, if you put the suit on him with the cape, you could squint and turn your head and say he could maybe alter his state in order to get a more humanoid type of look to him, if he can even do that. But him dropping the fucking rat squirrel into the trash is type weird.
and more importantly, Martian Manhunter is an intelligent being. Like it, but
we haven't seen the show. We don't know if we don't know. He's not stupid. He's not.
What I say that to say that like from everything that I saw, and I haven't seen the actual episode, but from what I saw in the trailer, he's being used in a comedic, as comedy. He's like each time he shows up is like comedy, right? So
I mean, I'm sorry.
All right.
Finish.
I don't, like I said, I haven't seen this new episode, but I did in fact watch the trailer, and so I just assume like that because he's an alien, y'all are assuming that he's Martian Manhunter, but I just everything that like I don't know, man. Like, I
want to be clear. I'm not assuming. I'm asking because we obviously don't know. So it just seems interesting because there's a whole lot of colors on the spectrum, but they use the same exact shade of green that they use for the Martian Manhunter for this character, and they also had the same similar.
Do they use? Are like because this is starting to
It's
really
a
sound
stretch.
like you're trying to.
It's a
You're
stretch.
like trying to. You're.
Oh wow.
yeah,
Okay. All right.
It's definitely not the same color as the Martian Manhunter. That's like come on, man. We doing too much.
I mean, but think about it. If they really wanted to just be random alien, it could have been blue. It could have been red. It could have been gray. He could have been anything else. They made him green like the Martian Man. All right, I'm gonna pull this up. I'll pull this up for y'all. I'm gonna put them on the screen real quick. But this is the one from now. Again, I understand that this is Zack Snyder versus James Gunn. So I'm not expecting them to look identical, right? But similarities, come on, give me a break. There is some similarities. All right, maybe not. All right.
That's what I was telling you, bro. Like I don't know what y'all doing here, but
I see what you're trying to do, but that's a lot of bending. I'm not as young as I don't stretch like that no more.
I still think that there's some possibility that this could be a Martian man, a Martian at bare minimum, if not the Martian Manhunter himself. But I'm going to show this picture, and y'all tell me in the chat if y'all think I'm completely nuts for this. I don't think that this is that far off from what we saw in the Justice League. The dude, all right. Hey, Ant, you still have that picture up? Oh, here it is. Okay. So here's the Martian Manhunter. All right, right here. Now, obviously, there's one clear distinct, and here's the one from the movie. Now, mind you, this is a movie. This is the Martian Manhunter that has already taken human form and can shapeshift back and forth. We don't know what this one does, but you don't see any similarities at all, like none. Like maybe he's like a lower form of Martian. I don't know. Well, maybe I am just projecting. I'm sorry. We gotta speculate, man. This is WandaVision. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do this. Whatever. I don't know. Whatever. All right. So anyway, so that stuff happened. Also, last thing, and then we're going to go ahead and move on to the development of how we feel about Mr. Tramell Tillman and his new role as question mark in Brand New Day. But here's what I want to say. Spoiler alert. John Cena goes into this alternate universe, right? And he comes into contact with himself from this universe. And what, pray tell, do you think would happen next? Well, obviously, he kills him. Like, obviously, that's what you're supposed to do, right? With your own self from another universe. This is Highlander. There can only be one, right? So now, but it's slightly predictable, right, Lady Mandalore, right? And it's slightly predictable. We kind of can already see what's about to happen. He's going to step into the other universe. He's going to play the role of himself. They're not going to know he's dead. He's going to take up the role of his other self. They're going to notice, like, oh, you're different. You've changed. You've done blah, blah, blah. He's going to learn to love the life of the earth that he's not a part of, right? And then something's going to twist. Somewhere around episode 5, 6, we're going to realize, oh, the dad and the brother, they're not what we thought they were. Or this planet isn't what we thought. Or this universe isn't. That is what I see. Kira, and what are your thoughts? And Ty, I know you didn't see it, but that's only reason.
I have a feeling it's just going to be another, knockdown, drag out fight where family members got to kill the other family member. Like on some real shit. If you killed the real version of my son, I got to take you. You are clearly the villain. It's fucking cool. Like, you gotta go. So I think dad and bro are going to come to a realization that this is not their actual family member. And, he's got to get rid of that body too. So that's a problem as well. Yeah, it's gonna be a knockdown, drag out. Ooh, wow. He's a villain in both worlds. Well, semi-villain in one, and like kind of not good person. Oh God, no, he's the same. He's the same person in both universes. Never mind.
Okay. Are you talking about Peacemaker? Or are you talking about everybody else?
I'm talking about Peacemaker.
So, okay, I think you're for whatever reason it seems like you all right tripped out. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah. I hear you. I don't hear her.
Yeah, hers tripped out for just a second. No worries. We heard everything you said. It stopped at the right time. What's up, Bad Ty? I gotta make.
I got a different take, and I haven't even seen the episode yet, but I have a different take. I think that because Frank Grillo, we just saw him interview, and talk about he's learned how to deal with, you know, if that happened in real life. I think his revenge has no bounds, and I think that if he knows that Peacemaker is in an alternate universe happy because he's with his family that doesn't exist in another world, I think Frank would go to that world, kill his family, kill his happiness, so that he can also feel the same way. So I don't think I don't think that Peacemaker will kill his father or his brother that he loves and, you know, cherishes, because they're not the versions that he grew up with. I think that Frank will probably be the reason why Peacemaker doesn't have a father or a brother when it's all said and done. That's my
hot take. I like that take, actually. I'm here for that plot line. I'm here for that. Frank Grillo, because that was one of the first things when they first introduced Grillo as Rick Sr. I was like, well, what about didn't he kill his son? Like, I was like, okay, how are we getting to that? But they're not shying away from it. They mentioned it during Adebayo's discussion with I can't say his name. Economos, whatever. Yeah. He's like, you're living in the worst level of Grand Theft Auto. Yo, come on, you got to admit, man. I'm sorry. I know James ain't your jam, but I know you specifically have said you're not a fan of his humor specifically, but I specifically feel the opposite. Like, I feel like James Gunn's got the right quip. Like, he hits not too much. He knows when to be like, all right, we're getting really serious right now. Let's take this shit down and let's be real funny for a couple minutes.
The orgy scene funny?
Huh?
You found the orgy scene funny?
Yeah,
that was his sense of humor.
I did, to an extent. I did. I thought it was kind of funny. There's this dude who's sitting there depressed when there's somebody eating ass right next to him on the couch, and he's trying to smoke a bong and he doesn't know how, and he's walking around in his drawers. There's fucking going on all around him, tits jiggling everywhere, and he's just like, man. he's like depressed. He's like, man, fuck, man. I don't know what to do. Get out of my way, titties. Get out of my way. You know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck, man. There's something funny about, like, he could have easily done this exact same episode with no orgy scene, and he could have had John Cena play the depressed role with no other extras in that room, and nobody would have said nothing. But James Gunn is like, nah, we can do whatever the fuck we want, which is one of the things they said on their podcast, but I'm not here to promote it, so don't go watch it.
James
You know what I'm
Gunn
saying?
is fucking bipolar, yo. He went from Superman to this, yo. This man's got two personalities in his brain. I don't know.
He has range. He can have layers. He could be an onion. He can have
until he comes out with the gun parties and they be talking about him like he's Diddy.
The baby oil, the Giddy, James Giddy
into a gun party. I don't know, man. No gun.
Because you did say that he tried to model his characters after himself, right? So, no.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
So, listen, there's so much to unpack with Peacemaker. Look, we could do this all day long, but it's only one episode deep. We would encourage each and every last one of y'all, if you're going to follow along with this show, come here and link up with us so that we can talk about it after. Us on Instagram. Thank you so much, Instagram. Except for you, Kiki, you shouldn't be watching my show. Why are you, Kiki? Kiki, are you comment so we could all see it? So thank you so much for joining us over there on Instagram Live. If you're watching us, there's a good chunk of folks on Instagram Live today for some reason. I guess y'all like Peacemaker. But for those of you who are watching on Instagram, cool ass chat like with folks like Callow, Wayne, Callow Zane, Markeisha, Harmony, Markeisha.
Again, right?
all kind of people outside. So yeah, do you want to taste? Do you really want to taste? I will say I don't like the new song. I don't like the new intro. It'll have to grow on me. They don't have to grow on me. But I really,
Yeah.
I
You want last year's?
do you want to taste? Do you? That was the hit. That was a hit. I'd never heard that
we
song
dropped the
before.
ball. We dropped the ball on that. We were supposed to do
Yeah, we were supposed to do the whole choreography.
We were supposed to learn to dance to the dance.
We ended up not doing it. But yeah, man, do you want to taste it? That was the joint, bro.
That was the
anyway, good first episode. Looking forward to watching whatever else happens with Peacemaker. Now on to other things in the world of Marvel. Moving forward from DC, you all probably heard that there is an announcement. Mr. Tramell Tillman of Severance fame will be appearing, evidently, in the upcoming Spider-Man Brand New Day of this. We are happy, I believe, right, folks? I mean, look, let's keep it real. When we saw this dude on the set of Severance, let's just keep it real, man. We knew he was a star, right? Like, he was just so much different. Yeah. Are y'all Severance? Do y'all watch Severance?
Yes.
Did y'all?
No, but I know I watched a couple episodes. It's all right.
I'm right with you. I'm right with you. Okay. No, I'm right. I'm with you. I ain't gonna.
It's an extremely slow burn. It is.
But
it does get crazy. It does for those who stick with it. Severance is a hell of a ride. It is a hell of a ride. Does the ride take off very slowly? Yes. Sometimes that's for your own safety. But look, Severance is a ride. Don't just hop off because they started off slow. Severance is a ride, yo. I'm telling you, like, if you stick in there, you'll like his character way more if you stay for the ride.
I will admit his character is one of the more intriguing, but I'm with you, Lady Mandalore. My wife is almost obsessed with Severance, and I'm just like, I watched the first season, and at the end of it, I was like, all right,
I'm good. I'm good off of y'all.
And then it's like 27 nominations, and look, I don't want to.
For what?
So I forget about work when I leave, and like. That's really it.
It's way more. It's way more deep.
I know. The wife and being in the same building, and I will say that season 2 starts a little better.
Type shit, but I'm not like I'm good. That's what it feels like. Like, okay, I know there's this big conglomerate corporation that's doing some. There's a reason why you need to forget why you're doing what you're doing when you're at this place. I'm not invested. I'm really not. I'm living that shit right now. Okay. I really do not care. I know that the evil corporations are fucking us up under our noses. I'm not saying it's a bad show. It ain't for me.
When fantasy meets reality.
I'm the same. I'm not. It just didn't. I was like, Ben Stiller, give me the funny. Like, my favorite part is Zach Cherry, the dude that plays also he's an extra in Spider-Man and Shang-Chi. In Spider-Man Homecoming, he's like, do a backflip.
All right.
Is Zach Cherry the light-skinned dude?
Yeah. And in Shang-Chi, he's the one on the bus when Shang-Chi's fighting. He's like, oh. And he gets his phone out. Oh yeah, man. So I like his character. He's like in my opinion, he's like the comedic relief. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's necessary. So what are our thoughts about? Just to speculate real quick, what are our thoughts about Spider-Man adding Tramell Tillman to the helm? Feel free to just speak on it. Is he gonna play who I think he's gonna play? What everybody's saying is gonna be Green Goblin. Is this Norman Osborn from Spider-Man freshman class? Or is this Robert Parker, who always is a big supporter of Spider-Man up at the Daily Bugle, who's always contesting J. Jonah Jameson for calling Spider-Man a menace? I mean, it might not be either one of them. Let's not forget, in this universe, we no longer have Aunt May. We don't have Uncle Ben. We don't got nobody. So Spider-Man, it would make sense if they're going to give him a Norman Osborn in a world in which he is no longer equipped with an MJ or I forget his other friend's name. Man, I'm so bad with names right now.
Guy in the chair.
Yeah. In the chat, somebody help me out, man. It's like a real short name.
Oh my God.
So is it Ed? Was it
Ned?
Ned. Yes, it's Ned. So he had so Peter Parker has no acquaintances in this new world. Like he literally, other than Happy, he don't like his own friends don't know him, right? He has no family. Okay, no family. So it would make sense if Norman Osborn entered the picture, right? With Harry Osborn being his best friend. And let's not forget, in Spider-Man freshman class, he was played by a black androgynous young man. Okay. So now if they give Mr. Tramell some waves, you know what I'm saying? And a glider, we looking at the new Norman Osborn. Now, I don't know that. This is speculation, guys. But what I do know is that our boy Ant got a chance to speak with Tramell. I'm not, I didn't watch Severance as much, but just to kind of give you an idea as to kind of what Mr. Tramell's character is like, because this is something.
Hey, you keep saying that. Is that how his name is pronounced, Tramell, or is it Tramell?
Tramell.
Like I'm thinking that his name is Tramell.
Yeah.
Tramell. All right, there's a dude that plays for the Astros. His name is Tramell. So I probably just confused. I confused his, his name with that. So Tramell, which I prefer actually. Tramell's. It's like these. What do you call a guy? Jarvis. It's like hey, Jarvis, like Jarvis. Hey Malik.
I think Malik? Look. I think Denzel fucked everybody up. We all thought his name was Denzel.
His name is Denzel.
And he's like, my name's Denzel. And ever since then, now as black people, when we see names like this, we wanna Denzel everybody's name. The nigga's name probably is Tramell.
Has anybody seen Rakim? There's a famous rapper named Rakim. He
No.
Your patience wreck him.
No.
I love that wreck him, but
he did an interview. So there was a publication in Variety where he speaks about some of the things that he has to deal with as a black man in Hollywood and an openly gay man. He says earlier this month, Tillman reflected on his rising star and making Emmy history as the first openly black gay man to be recognized in a supporting actor drama category. I'm not playing small for nobody. I'm not dimming my light for anybody. He said, I spent years doing that, and those days are done. Myself stepping into that level of thinking and embodying, that is my own form of revolution. That is who this man is. And our own Ant got a chance to speak with him. Now, this was about Severance, but it does kind of give you an idea about his mind and what his thought patterns are.
Thank you, gentlemen, both for showing up promptly and on time on your first day with the Africa group. I would appreciate if you enjoy all questions equally. In Severance, both of your characters embody the tension between being the enforcer of an unyielding system and yearning for genuine human connection, whether it's through handing out brief moments of joy with waffles or struggling with personal family loss. What have you both learned from Mr. Milchick and from Dylan that you carry with you to this day?
Well, that's a great question. I learned that there's so much more to life than just work. I learned the importance of relationships even more so, and the value of having relationships. What we see in season 2, we don't visit Milchick's personal life. We see that, yes, this man rides a motorcycle. He has a leather jacket. He's got some swag, but we don't know what his home life is like. And I imagine, based on what we see from season 1 and season 2, that this is a man that does not have a lot of support or friends, if you will, within Lumen. We see the limited interactions that he has. And so stepping into this world that is very isolated, and even being a part of a culture, an entertainment culture that is very competitive and is always about the next step in achieving and what are you willing to do to get to that next level, it really does press upon me navigating this space of what really is important and how I want to be when it comes to relationships, and what relationships are really important and which ones are okay to let go of.
Yo, did you get the answer you were looking for, Ant?
I definitely did. Now, for all my Severance fans, y'all understood the joke that I said at the beginning. Everybody else is like, why did he do that? That was so weird. And for those of you who know I multitask, I hear the Iano music in the background of the whole interview. Like just doing a little too much. Doing a little too much at the same time.
Watching Iano while he's interviewing the cast of Joker. Like, that is a genius, bro. This dude, he's got ADHD to the 10th power, man. Go ahead,
man. But no. So, like, you know, I always wonder, like, how it is when you're that one black guy. If you're that one on the set, you're that one in the show, and it's reflected both in the show and in the production. Like, he's like, yo, I'm the only one here. But even with his other interview where he's talking about coming out, he's not dimming his light for anybody, and he gave me that insight as to how it looks behind the scenes for them. And I'm glad that I had them both there to talk about it, because like they're the only black people on the show.
Yeah. I mean, and like he says them both because it's not the end of it. And also, by the way, this interview is currently live on YouTube. So if you haven't seen it and want to see the full thing, full context, I'd advise you after we're done to trot right on over there to the movie blog on YouTube and get a full layout of the whole entire interview. But he also gets to talk to my dog Cherry. That's my man.
I think for me, it definitely has made me think a lot about, how much I'm willing to, how I value myself in relationship to my work, in the sense that, I think something that the characters, especially innies, are really trying to establish is that they don't just exist just to do this work, right? And I think even in our world, you can sometimes feel like that. It can feel very just like, you're here to do the job and we don't really care about what else is going on. So it has made me much more willing to kind of speak up for myself. And sometimes it's in small ways where it's like, no, I just need to go to the bathroom right now. I need 5 minutes, just little things like that. But also in bigger ways, in terms of projects that I am just sort of, maybe I'm not interested in doing that because it's not really worth my time, or it's not worth what I'm willing to put into it. So it has definitely made me a lot more thoughtful about how much I'm willing to give myself over to my work.
Did you get what you want from him, Ant?
Absolutely. Like he gave me, what I got from him that was really insightful? The fact that he was hesitant, or there's an idea that he has to be hesitant to ask for a bathroom break. Right? Like that's like almost a precedent. Like he's like, I can ask to go pee. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
But like, I definitely appreciate that, because he gave me that insight from his perspective.
Which is interesting in a show that's based on like what it's like a corporate horror. You know what I'm saying? Like to be not able to use the bathroom on a show that's about how bad your corporation is going to treat your employees seems a little ironic, but I don't know. I love anything else that you gathered from this interview, Ant, from these two what's up, Ant? I mean,
I was just gonna say this. Doesn't that also, Ant, speak to tears in acting? Like where you're teared at? Like Denzel doesn't have to hesitate if he wants to go to the bathroom. He's gonna go to the bathroom. But a Zach Cherry, who is establishing himself, has to be more cautious of, hey, I don't want to get written off the show. I don't want to ruffle any feathers, because I want, this is a big opportunity for me. And so I think what his statement also speaks to how he views himself in that space, and also how they view him in that space. So he realizes that I haven't reached the promised land. I'm still on that journey, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I think that those hierarchies exist in everything too, bro. Right?
Absolutely.
Like if I'm Lil Whoop Whoop trying to make it as a rapper, and don't nobody know me, then I ain't gonna get no.
You're not gonna make it, Lil Whoop Whoop. Lil Whoop Whoop, you're not gonna make it.
You heard my shit though, cuz. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm at that stove, and it's damn shit. I be smoking on the pipe. I be getting real hot.
Okay.
That made too much sense. What I just said. That's not real right now. But anyway, but this is so. Do y'all have any Do y'all agree with me on my speculation about Norman Osborn? Is that sound credible to y'all, or do y'all have a completely different take? No, and you know
I would have.
What happened?
I would have. Yeah, she asked you.
Oh, nah. Honestly, I think, and I hate doing this, but this just feels like Spider-Man stunt casting for like a side character. Like they'll get like one of those people.
Really?
They do a little.
Yes.
Oh, he'll be his new college professor. All right, Mr. Parker.
Oh, no.
You need to get your life together. You're always late. You know, like that's what I expect from him.
Yeah.
Well, not from him, but from them in casting him. Excuse me. Let me clarify.
You think so?
I also think so. I'm with Ant now. A year ago, if you asked me this, I probably would have changed. My tune would have been changed. But we've seen how a lot of spaces that we were being involved in have been minimized at this point. And so Tramell, as much as we like him on Severance, and he's been really good on Severance, I also agree with Ant. I think that he will probably be a side character. Norman Osborn is such a huge character within that, within the Spider-Man universe, that I don't necessarily. I think that they'll probably go back to the days when they had, So, what one character that I could say, because I have seen reports of there being multiple villains in this new Spider-Man New Day joint. So one that I thought about was Tombstone. I thought about Tombstone being a possibility. And if so, then cool. But yeah, I'm also of the idea that he could be just a college professor. He could literally be, a scientist. You know what I'm saying? That just happens to, it could be anything like that.
Could he? Is it too early to throw out Electro? Could they give him Electro again? Well, not again, but another black man Electro. I mean,
electric powers.
Yeah. Stop it. Stop it.
Oh, y'all on Static, right? He was Static, right? So he's gonna be electric too.
I thought about that, but I didn't hear anything about Electro. That, like,
it's too late for him to be cast as a major character too. They already started production.
I completely disagree with this take wholeheartedly. First of all, I think it's way too soon. Let's keep in mind, Electro is still in this universe. Like, it's not like Electro is from the Andrew Garfield or the Toby. He's with Tom Holland. So if they were to replace Jamie Foxx right now, I think we'd hear a lot about that. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that's not the case, because that seemed like it would cause some problems. Second of all, I don't think that him being added at this stage, especially us knowing how Marvel can push dates back at will, means that they won't necessarily give him a significant role. This is not just some cast dude who's, we just need somebody to fill this role. They went out, and this announcement it's gone hella viral for the last few days. So I think it'd be a big mistake to try to just give him motivational professor role when he clearly has staying power. What's up, Ant?
You saw what they did with Giancarlo.
I'm sorry. I get mad. I really do get mad. I get mad.
Esposito.
I get so fucking mad because that man is
he had so much potential.
Oh
We've been fan casting Giancarlo in so many perfect roles for years. It was a perfect alley-oop. We gave it to them. We put it on a pedestal and said, "Slam it in."
Yeah.
Did this? Just put here. I'm gonna tip it over for it. Just here. It's right there. Oh my god! So
you didn't have to remind me. Now I will say that was a show and not a movie. All right, so I will say that if that helps. But that is a good point. And Giancarlo is not no bullshit ass actor either. That's
not at all.
That man
not at all.
Is like the crescendo. But I can't help but feel like this is different, man. They cannot. They cannot. I mean, wow.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Fuck my head off.
You haven't. I know you've seen the dip.
Sorry.
I know you've seen the dip, and we're not even like, this is the MCU, but it's still Sony involved, and I just
no, it's not.
No,
it's not.
Brand
What do
new
you mean?
one.
No.
It's
Sony's involved.
What do you
Yeah.
mean? No, they're not.
No, this is MCU. This is Marvel Studios. They're completely different studios.
I just said that it's the MCU, but they are still involved. They're still
How?
involved with their character.
How is Sony involved in this?
They
They
still
produce
own.
it.
They're
They own the
lending
rights to
him
the
out
character,
to us.
and they release it.
Oh,
They
okay,
release
okay,
it
okay.
through
All
Sony.
right. Well, by way of ownership, yes. I mean by the development of the actual movie itself. I mean, because if my understanding is that Sony handles the Spider-Verse movies, and even though they had their hand in and get a piece of the profit, they're not creatively involved, if I'm not mistaken.
They have
So
veto.
that's why they say stay away from Miles.
They have veto power, yeah. So they're like they don't sit there in the writers' room saying, like, they'll pitch ideas, and you've seen some of that happen, right? We had Tom Hardy appear at the end of a Spider-Man movie for a while, but you can also see like the power struggle between them. So they do have some influence. They do. Otherwise, Tom Hardy would have never appeared. But it's like they also have final say. That's the other thing, right? So if Marvel wants to use Miles Morales, or if they tried to use Miles Morales, Sony would have been the ones that said no.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like I said, there's a dip. We clearly see the dip off of, because like a year ago this time, Marvel was implementing black character after black character after black character after black character, and this. Look, I'm just gonna say it, man. This new regime has changed the dynamic of movies and TV shows as we've known it. Like, there's definitely a dip and a clear-cut movement to not portray, black people in these lead roles. And I mean, like, that's just the gist of it. And I mean, like, if we want to act blind and oblivious to it, then it'll, it is what it is. But
I'm not saying you're not wrong, but I do want to point out that in this year we have had Black Cap, we've had Riri,
which all was shot
Correct.
prior to what I'm talking
Correct.
about.
But my point is that I haven't necessarily seen the impact of what the new regime is up to as of this very moment because of what's been released this year. I'm not saying it's not there. This doesn't mean I agree wholeheartedly with the anti. Look, we ain't got
we ain't got to do that.
But I'm just saying, like, if it's going to get worse, because as of this year, we've already got multiple black-led projects, all of which have gotten hate. Wakanda, Eyes of Wakanda. All these others. So if it gets worse from here on out, it's like, yo, this is gonna be. Oh my God.
Can I point out? Do we have any? Are there any? I'm going to say this. We have gotten all of these black-led characters, television shows, and movies in one single year, where we don't have anything on the horizon for at least a decade. So it's already done. Unless I'm wrong, I don't. Whose name's getting called out? Where's Luke Cage? They still don't even bring him up with the fact that all of them are coming back. They're added to the fact there aren't a lot of black characters in the Marvel universe, at least for the time period that they're building right now. So we have to wait for them to get to these last couple of years with Sunspot, with I can't remember everybody's name off the top of my head right now.
Wonder Man, we got Wonder Man.
That's it. That's what's coming. That's the last thing. That's the last thing that we got.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of Damsis Idris talk about him.
No. I'm not talking about. I'm not speculating. I want facts. I'm dealing in facts right now. Today, there ain't shit on the docket outside of Wonder Man coming up next. After that, nothing.
That's fair. But that's speaking exclusively about DC, right? So we're not including like the Lantern Corps.
No, I'm strict that we are. This is Spider-Man. That's Marvel.
Okay.
I'm strictly Marvel. Strictly Marvel.
All right.
But also DC.
Well, I mean, that's interesting because like James Gunn doesn't strike me as that type. Like, when he took over Suicide Squad, he made Idris Elba the lead character. You know what I'm saying? Instead, like, Will Smith was a side character in the first one, and Idris was the lead character in the second one. I'm not saying that makes him Branch Rickey, you know what I'm saying, or nobody, but
That's funny you mentioned that. That's funny you mentioned. It's funny you mentioned that because he did make Idris the lead character, but then followed it up with a Peacemaker series as opposed to
Fair.
Just
and
put that out there.
Yeah,
Put
that's a good
that
point.
out
And
there.
it is interesting that we're seeing like all of the Guardians of the Galaxy are now going to show up in DC like under James Gunn. You're going to see it, so just get ready, just get used to it. We've already seen they got what's his name's brother in this who played the dude that replaced John. That replaced this dude who we didn't even show y'all today because we were like, how does Merle even? We're like, how does Merle even fit into this unit? Loud got a chance to interview Merle, and we were like, I was like, Merle. I was like, what is Merle doing there? I don't see. But I realized now, like, okay, so Merle was in Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy makes him a friend of James Gunn, which now makes him a part of the Gunverse inevitably, right? So I think that's what it is. So. I'm eager to see whatever Tramell, whatever he ends up playing. I want to hear from y'all, and maybe, hey, if you're listening, our editor, maybe this is a good time for a poll, which we do have polls, by the way. For those of y'all that are watching on Instagram, why are you still on Instagram? Not that kind of poll. Calm down, lady. So she's still stuck on the orgy. Lady. I'm just playing. Just jokes. Bad jokes.
There's a lot. Anyway.
But yeah, come on over here to YouTube. If you're watching on IG, that is a temporary spot to exist. Like that is a small window. Come on over to the crib, man. You are at the drive-thru. We in YouTube, newblurorder.com/live or YouTube on YouTube because I don't read the comments on IG. I see them like 10 minutes later. So somebody just said Gunn and Rooker have been friends for years. Gunn always puts his friends in his project. Yes, Ketia's mom. That's good. Come say it in YouTube. All right, that's a good point.
That is one thing I respect about him too. That is one thing because he does, unlike other actors who've had opportunities. This dude puts his brother in everything, and I'm like, look. Shout out to his parents for raising him the right way because my brother's keeper is a real thing. Like, yo.
Michael Myers did the same thing. All of those Austin Powers movies, his brother always had like a cameo, and like there's always like I think these things happen. But you're right. In the black community, do we have like that whole Seth Rogen that Ben Stiller, like they have a clique, that Adam Sandler, like, oh, every time you see me in a movie, you gonna see Rob Schneider, you gonna see Kevin Nealon, you gonna like do we have that thing like Eddie Murphy? I don't know. It's like the closest thing we have to it.
Tony Rock said Chris never put him in shit. he has publicly come out and been like, yeah, my brother won't give me hell no, my brother ain't put me in shit.
Yeah, he probably told Will to slap his ass like, Will, hey, when he gonna go over there and say some shit, I just want you to know, just get him right in the job. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Now, but yeah, man. So that's what's going on in this world. All right, let's flash forward a little bit. We are now working on hour number 3, and I think this will be our last hour. And frankly, shout out to us because we ain't used to do it this long. I'm a lie. I was completely against being over 2 hours. Like I was hard. No, 1:59, bitch, we done. Like I was like dead ass. Like nah, bitch, I ain't got time for all that. But since Lady came along, Anthony came along, man, we're like, man, all right, man, what's a couple extra more minutes, man? Know what I'm saying? Because we got a couple extra things to discuss.
It's a lot to talk about. Man.
So let's go ahead and get into it. But thanks again for tuning in to the Taylor Tramell and Taylor Tramell. I keep thinking about old boy from the Astros, bro.
Tramell Tillman.
Tramell Tillman. The Astros who just got hurt. His name is Tramell, and he goes by Tillman.
Tramell Tillman. That is a strong black name. Tramell.
You're right, Tramell. Yeah, Tramell.
I like that name.
You know he didn't change his name to get into the industry.
His family call him TT.
You're right.
TT.
Hey, yo, I'm a lot. Like that character is so creepily, eerily, like reminiscent of like our days in corporate world. Ty with like this dude, he comes up, he's like, "Oh, today we're having cakes. Come on, here's your balloon." You know I'm like, "Oh my god, it's so kinky." You know? It's like institute to an extent. All right, but let's go ahead and keep going. So, last few things we'll get on up out of here with is Alien Earth.
I love it.
And
loving
Foundation.
Loving it.
Yeah.
I do want to quick shout out my Trekkies and want to say real quick right now, Ty, if we could, let's go ahead.
Let's hand clap it. Let's hand clap it one time, Vince. One time.
We just gotta. We just want to. Science fiction is having a moment right now. If it's okay, we're gonna real quick. We're gonna let Akira and we're gonna let Ant be a little busy, and me and Ty are gonna just have a love fest for sci-fi right now. Ty, it is a science fiction smorgasbord right now, homeboy. It's like, yo, everything is popping on sci-fi. Alien is popping. Predator is back. Star Trek is doing this thing. I still say Star Wars is fantasy, like Mark Hamill says, but hey, who knows? That might come back into the fray. Foundation is science fiction. Get the fuck out of here. Sci-fi is back, homeboy. I mean, I don't know if it went somewhere, but like, it's literally like so good right now. All of it is so good, bro.
Yeah, this genre has taken control. At one, I remember back in the day, horror had its was at its peak, and then we went through the action phase with all of the Rambo movies and the what is it, the what was all of the not the Untouchables, the
Expendables,
and all of that kind of stuff. But now it is a clear winner, and that is sci-fi. Sci-fi has come in and put their nuts on the table heavy, and look, everybody has moved back because those nuts were heavy. So look. I
don't know why we had to go.
Hey man, listen, if Peacemaker can drop his nuts all this episode, I think sci-fi has room at the table. So I'm just saying, man, like, we as a sci-fi fan, you cannot be happier with the amount of content that we are getting flooded with. So much that it takes us almost 3 hours to talk about it, y'all. That's where we at. That's where we're at. We have so much good content that we cannot leave here today without talking about it all. So yeah,
and we haven't even talked about all of it. Like, it's been happening for a little while. Look, like, did y'all see the Dark Matter's out? I didn't watch the whole thing, but it's the whole thing. I'm watching a little bit of it. It's
the invasion. The invasion is back.
Is a thing. The 3 body
Wednesday.
Wednesday. I don't know if that's science fiction, but that's the whole thing. Like, it's out. It's out there. So we just wanted to spread a little love real quick for the science fiction world. That it is definitely a whole vibe right now. And I'm not going to geek out on Star Trek right now because we just don't have time for it. But if you are a Star Trek fan,
just give a little bit. No, geek up a little bit, because this show deserves it. Like we can't just stop, not just because we're the only two on the show that love it. Like,
okay. Wait a fucking minute. First of all, I am publicly fucking offended. Offended, sirs. Gentlemen, I'm a sci-fi queen. I don't understand why I'm getting sent to the motherfucking basement. Y'all ain't asked a bitch not one goddamn.
Apologies.
All right. Full disclosure, me and Todd discussed this, and we talked. We was like, "Yo, this Saturday we gotta have a moment where we kind of just geek out on sci-fi." Since we hadn't like collectively discussed it, because we talk like almost every day, we were like, "We'll just have a quick 30-second quick." We'd be like, "Yo, science," So, but it's also because we haven't really discussed at length our love for science fiction on the show. And let me please take a moment and apologize to you, ladies. I'm so sorry.
I was raised on the Trek. I've lived in the Trek.
I didn't know we were throwing those things out. All right, my bad. So let me ask you this, lady.
Are you caught up?
What sci-fi are you into right now at this moment, if anything?
Well, you got me on that Foundation.
Oh yeah, Foundation. That's what we. You know what? Let's stick with that. So before we delve into Foundation, just a real quick, if Ty and I could just really quick,
oh man,
just speak on this Star Trek shit. Again, I know this is like the third time we be like, it's almost like we're offended, like we're scared to talk about Star Trek. Like,
hey,
nobody's really talking about
it. Yo.
So listen, Strange New Worlds. It is the best, hands down. And after this week's episode, I am convinced wholeheartedly that this may be the best Star Trek production ever.
Stop saying that. Stop saying it. We already established it is. It ain't no more maybes. No more maybes. No more maybes. No more. I refuse to have any of that. No, we are in agreement. This is the best Star Trek. New Worlds is the best. It is the most black people on screen in a Star Trek. They look, and then they keep bringing us in, and I'm loving it. I'm loving Gamble, my man Gamble. Oh, dude,
Mbenga.
Wait a minute.
Uhura got different styles now. They got her popping up. She got cornrows one week. She got the curls one week. You know what I'm saying? She got and Uhura, she came into her own this last episode. I'm just so I love this show. And here's the best part. Let's get into this real quick, and y'all feel free to chime in. It looks like you all right, Aunt? You need help? You need backup? You good? You need help?
Are we alone? Are we alone? Like what? Right. Why are we the fucking kids in the basement? Why y'all send us downstairs?
Y'all in the basement right now. Y'all downstairs, down there. Him downstairs. Now so let us know if you need help, Aunt. Just blink twice. It look like somebody.
I'm good. All
right. Yeah, ain't got Stockholm syndrome. So look, Star Trek has done something that they've never done. And in this season, they have tried multiple shooting formats. The most recent format they did was documentary style, single cam. So imagine Star Trek being shot like The Office. Yeah. Think about that for a second. Imagine seeing a up close instead of a full bridge shot of the captain, right? Imagine seeing the actual buttons while you're pushing them on the bridge. You know what I'm saying? Imagine seeing the behind the scenes aspects of the decisions that are made when the Federation gives you your orders as a captain, and you being like, I don't know if I agree with that, but like, those are your orders. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? This show, it's delving into some of the complexities that we as fans of Star Trek have, I can't speak for everybody, have never really even considered, right? Like they straight up alien earthed this captain. There's a gourd egg inside this bitch. they put a gourd egg inside one of the captains, and in order to keep her alive, they have to merge her DNA with the gourd. So she's part gourd. The gourd eat people. They don't have any other. They eat people. They're not. We want to take over. No, our kids are hungry, and we need humans to consume. So what? There's multiple relationships. I love Ortega, or sleeper best character. Sleeper best character. Ty low key, maybe the best character.
She tough.
Spock is a G. He got like 3 women.
No, Spock Spock is the lover man. He is right now tapping into all of his human side.
He got him coming over to meditate.
Oh, he not playing. Like, look, imagine your ex. You see your ex with her new dude, and like you as a Vulcan, we know the history in Star Trek when it comes to Vulcans and how they are logically based beings. Like, we use logic to do. We don't do emotion. We don't make false judgments. We do everything with numbers and math and logic. Not Spock. Not Spock. Spock is pissed and he's showing it. That nigga don't give a fuck, and he's pulling up like he don't give a fuck. Like that mother, she was like, hey, what is Spock's rank? Commander, not commander, lieutenant commander, or whatever. Something like that. She was like, hi, Lieutenant. Spock. That nigga did not speak. He looked straight like, hey, we got something to talk about. Oh, I didn't think so. Then shut the fuck up.
He was like, excuse me, do I know you? Did you move on? Oh my God.
She said, so you and thing.
Yeah.
He was like, this nigga was like, mind your fucking business.
Yes.
Whatever we doing. I ain't asked you what the fuck you doing. Mind your fucking business, bitch. Like,
Spock is a total G.
This is how Spock is moving.
He didn't say that. He didn't say it like that though.
No, he doesn't say it with his words. He says it with his face.
Okay, I'm like, wait, how far to the left did we go, Spock?
Kira, like, so Spock's ex comes up. So, I see you've been fraternizing with La'an, and here goes Spock. I don't see what the fuck that got to do with you. The fuck? Didn't you leave me for that doctor nigga? Okay, go be happy, bitch. The fuck? I got my own shit. Because Spock left his wife for this blonde hair, blue eyed chick.
Yes. No, not
you know what I'm saying? left his wife in his chick.
His fiance.
Yeah.
This chick right here left his fiance, his Vulcan fiance. I'm not. Maybe he didn't like her. Okay, so what? You know what I'm saying? So maybe he didn't really want to be with her. All right, there's that part. But he left her to be with her, and then she's like, "Oh, I need space. I need a little break. Let me go. I'm gonna go take a little sabbatical on this little planet, and I'll be back." Comes back with a whole new man, and Spock met her at the energizing deck. Was like, "Yo, I'm here to meet my girl," and she pulls up with another motherfucker, and he's like, "Yo, I got this for you," and she's like, "Oh, well, this is awkward," you know what I'm saying? And so Spock's like, "Oh," and it took him a couple minutes, a couple days, maybe a couple, star dates to get through, and he was like, "All right." And then La'an, who was finer, frankly.
You are under my no. That is not what happened. It
All
took Q's son. Yo, Q has a fucking son. He has a fucking son.
Wait, hold on. Wait, that's not. Wait, we don't know that. We don't know that that's what that is.
That is exactly what that was. Are you kidding me? That was Q's voice. That was Q's voice. Are we gonna act like that wasn't Q's voice?
Well, why
act like that wasn't Q's voice? The actor who played Q. We're not going to act like that wasn't his voice.
Well, all right. Cuidado, por favor, momento. All right. All right. Q we know from the Next Generation, right?
Yeah.
This is a prequel to the Enterprise. So I don't know if Q even exists in this timeline.
Are you kidding me? Q is an infinite being.
I know that. I understand that, but we haven't been established, so I can't say that that's definitely Q's son when he was introduced to us in the Next Generation.
Voice? Bro, do you not know Q's voice?
Yes, I know Q's voice, but that's
if you know Q's voice, that was Q's voice.
He got it because it's not a prequel. It's an alternate universe. This Strange New Worlds is an alternate universe.
It is.
I'm pretty sure because Pike's not supposed to be wasn't supposed to be alive at all. Because
that's what makes this interesting. Lady Mandalore, like this. Well, yes, actually, she's right. She's right because in this universe, he is aware. Oh, small spoiler. All right, I got to get a better graphic for this. This is like 2015. But small spoiler. Pike is aware of his demise.
Right.
Well in advance. And that's one of the things that makes this show so dope. He knows his death is coming and he has to face the fact. He's like, yo, if I don't choose that road, then everybody else dies. Right? So either I die and everybody lives, or I live and this ship dies. And he's decided, and that's one of the things that we get to like witness throughout these seasons is how does he wrestle with his inevitable violent death of he don't just, it's not like we're gonna put lethal injection or this nigga dies a violent death in space, like a painful we know he was in the first episode of Star Trek, you know what I'm saying? He ends up in a little tour where he speaks with a beep, you know what I'm saying? And like that's his future, he knows it. And so it's a whole weird thing. And I have to say, holy fuck! And I'm a channel. I ain't mentioned his name in a while. I am a channel Omar real quick. I don't cape for many white men, but this Captain Pike is kicking ass with the acting chops. My God, this is like Captain Pike. Like I believe everything he says. I want him to be my white uncle. He is such an honorable man. Bro. I said, bro. Bro, this show is so underrated. I'm so mad that I don't see like clips of it everywhere. Like I feel like literally we're the literal only ones in the world talking about this shit. Like for real, I really feel that way.
And Cass,
I need you to call Paramount and get us on the phone with the cast.
Cass for Cass. If you went Cass for Cass, this is to me like that. Before this, I would have said the Picard cast was the best cast. Like that cast to me before this cast would have been the best cast. But after that,
Next Generation or Picard?
Next Generation. No, not Picard. Picard, Next Generation.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I can agree now.
Yes.
Even over Deep Space Nine. Over Cisco? Over Cisco? Over
over Cisco. I said the cast, the entire cast.
You think that cast is better than Quark
Oh, I think this cast is the best.
Oh, not
cast.
this one. Yeah, I was talking about TNG.
That's what I. Oh, but yes, the Next Generation. Yes, before this cast, that was the best cast. Crusher,
Deanna Troy, Riker,
Deanna Troy, Whoopi playing
Guinan.
Yeah, Guinan.
Data.
I can keep going and going, but I'm not. But yes, Next Generation's cast was the best cast.
Commander Tasha.
Prior to
Tasha Yar.
Yes. But this cast, the Pike, I'm 100% behind you. Pike as captain, Captain Pike is killing the game. He's killing the game. The nigga cares about every fucking one of his people. But gambling down, he was like, oh man, like, look, I know you're gonna help me. And look, when we saw the episode, got his eyes burnt out. Tell me you didn't think, oh shit, this is this like a Geordie motherfucking?
Yeah.
Is this
I gotta
a
say,
thing happening right now? But
that's the only episode I got a small problem with. You know what I'm saying?
What did you have a problem with that one with? Because I love that episode.
The only thing is that I was like, man, y'all just gave us this dude. You know what I'm saying? Damn.
And now y'all giving him.
Yeah, and now they did already replace him. I don't know if you saw this. Did you see this week? They already got another young black dude. So I was like, well, damn, what y'all cloning these niggas? But anyway, so I wasn't necessarily a big fan of how they did Old Boy, but I am a big fan of. There's one thing, Kira, and y'all can respect this as trekkers, and anybody in the chat, y'all will know this as well. There was something in the first two Star Trek iterations that we received, which was of course Kirk and Picard, right? Mm-hmm. Whenever they would beam to a planet or beam to another ship, you knew which one of them motherfuckers was going to die. They would send, it'd be like Kirk, Spock, Tasha, and Ensign Johnson. Right?
Red shirt.
You're like, oh, damn, this ain't going to be a good day for Ensign Johnson, man. Oh, man. But on this show, what they do is instead of it being like a random Ensign Johnson, they give Ensign Johnson a whole backstory. They might even give him a whole episode. You're like, oh, we got a new cast member. And then they beam down to the planet. That was an episode in Discovery where this deserved an Emmy, frankly, in my opinion, where there was a lady who had been so augmented that she didn't even have a human side no more. Like she was basically almost full robot because she was like in an explosion or something. So like there in one of the episodes, like she had been an established character. She was on the bridge, she was important. But then there was an episode where danger happens, and she essentially had to sacrifice herself. But she was not random. You understand what I'm saying? Like in Star Trek Next Generation, she would have been a random person. We never would have known. Like but like we got to see her home planet. You know, her love life before, like they're really going for the feels emotionally. They're going past the surface with regard to, and even with Pike got a whole girlfriend. She's half gone, and he's like, they wrote his character. Oh my God! Like take Captain America's, like every virtue of every, like Superman, Captain America, like every good white character that they've ever had ever in life that you didn't hate. Like he embodies all of that shit in a manner that you just can't. You're like,
and he got swag. And let's not act like he don't got swag. Pike got swag. Pike got swag.
I'm like, way more than fucking Kirk.
Yeah,
he got way more swag than Kirk.
Yeah, he very swaggy with it, yo.
Which also last thing, and then we can finally go on to the Foundation. And Alien, if we've got time. The last thing, Kirk was introduced in this show. All right, and I'm gonna keep it real. I wasn't a fan at first. I was like, hey, why are we doing this? Let's not do the Kirk thing. It doesn't really make sense. It doesn't look like him, doesn't act like him. But then they gave us this most recent season. And they frankly have completely sold me on Kirk 2.0 or 3.0 because I know Chris Pine was Kirk for J.J. Abrams. Mm-hmm. So all right, spoiler, I won't tell you the episode, what happens, but they actually have an episode where they spoof Star Trek. They kind of make like a
the Technicolor one where shit's falling apart, like he hits the chair.
Left. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, and then so they spoof, and in this iteration of this spoofed universe, this gentleman who's the new Captain Kirk, he basically plays what I feel like is a great value William Shatner. It's like, oh, guys, well, I don't know how are we going to get into the force field. You know what I'm saying? And so you look at it, you're like, oh, okay, I see it now. I see it now. Which leads me to believe that after the 5th season, which they have already announced is going to be the last season, they'll probably continue this, not just with Starfleet Academy, but with The Final Frontier or some other show that continues these characters with Captain Kirk at the helm as opposed to Pike. So, just had to give a love to freaking sci-fi because it is outside. One of the members of that. Another member of the sci-fi community, of course, is Foundation. Now, I'm just going to keep it real. Foundation is too complex of a show to sit and try to break down in any amount of minutes.
Vince, real quick, before you go totally into Foundation, I just got one question.
Okay.
Who is worse of the worst villain? The Gorn or the Borg?
That's an easy one, actually.
Which one?
It's got to be the Gorn. Because the Gorn don't need you to be alive. The Borg, they assimilate you.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen from Picard turning into Locutus that you can return from being a Borg. Even 7 of 9 in Voyager, she was abused by the Borg, let's just say, and she still has Borg parts. Like, if you look at 7 of 9, and she's in Discovery. I think she's in Picard. She's in Picard. So like the Borg is something that you can heal from. You can't heal from being 8. Like once you become consumed, you can't, what else can you really do? You know what I'm saying? So it's clearly and also the Borg are omnipotent. They're omniscient. They're everywhere. Like they can be anywhere at any point in time. The Gorn, from what I understand, are in a section of the galaxy that you don't typically go in. Every time they encounter the Gorn, it's like, oh, we're not supposed to go over there. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the Borg, even though they are the more formidable opponents, I would say if I had to choose between, okay, we're going into warp 9, and when we get to the end of our warp, we will either be confronted by the Borg or the Gorn. I think I'm going for the Borg. Because remember, when the Borg pulled up,
go for the Borg. Think about what you're saying.
Listen, they would literally board the Borg's ship. They board, and the Borg would walk right past them. They'd be like, "Oh, they don't even give it. They don't even care that we're here." They're like, "Well, we're not a threat." Like, if you walk up on the Gorn, you're like, "Oh, get in my bag." You know what I'm saying? There is no. Oh, they don't. We're not a threat. It's like, no, you're food, and our kids are hungry.
but the reason I asked the question, and I won't stay on this too long because I know we want to go to the next subject. But the only reason I say this is because the one thing that I would give the Borg, I would pick the Borg over the Gorn, is you can only get shit off on the Borg one time, and then after that, they now have changed up whatever they need to change to be able to defend against what it is that you do. So if the Gorn pull up, all they have is and we're gonna shoot them, and you can shoot them. You can shoot them and kill them. You can shoot them and they die. They do die. Right. You shoot at the Borg. Now they got a force field that blocks every shot that you got. And then if you try to do this, then they adapt to everything. That's why I thought the Borg were so formidable, because they always adapt. You could only get it off on them on one time. So if you didn't blow up their ship on that first good time and kill all of them in that one fair go, then the next time you see them, that shit ain't gonna work again.
That's a good point. Right now I have to put the Borg a little lower, and there's a few other. I mean, I don't know how deep y'all want to get into the Star Trek universe, but if you watch Voyager, there's a couple different species that have. There's actually a species of giant insect bugs in Star Trek that eat the Borg. Like, I don't know if y'all saw the episode there. Like, the Borg were scared in the episode of Voyager. They're like, what the fuck is the Borg scared? And then there's like these giant insect bugs that are like they're eating the Borg. You know, like, holy shit! So the Borg has some enemies out there. But the thing that's kind of made me soften my stance on the Borg is that the Borg, since they were first introduced to us as this indestructible being, they've shown signs of weakness. Like, in the movies, like Generations and some, they have a leader. You know what I'm saying? They have, they answer to a hive mind, and I'm like, that's not it. So we can just cut off the communication and then we kill it, right? So for that, I'm like, you know, they've lost a little bit of their luster with regard to their ferocity. Now the Gorn just want to eat you, bro. Like I want to, like they just want to eat like that. You don't get, you can't get more evil than that, bro. They just want to, you can't, you don't reason with them. Hey, look, let's talk about this. All right. What if me and the Federation exchange? Like, no, nigga, get in my belly.
In my belly.
You know
and just to be clear, it's not just eat you. They eat each other too. The Gorn,
Oh
the Gorn don't give a fuck. They like when the motherfucker's born, they go to see who the strongest. They go at each other to see who the strongest for dominance. So yeah, man. But
yo, the Gorn
the foundation
right
man.
now it goes Gorn, Borg, and then the little fuzzy creatures that was in the first episode that overtook the whole entire episode.
Not Tribbles. Leave the Tribbles alone. The Tribbles don't know.
That was all over the place. Oh my God. Stop. All right. We don't got too much time for Foundation. All right, guys. So like I was saying, I will say that this week, if you have not watched Foundation this week, this week was damn near one of the best episodes, and I know I say that every week. I know, I get it. I know I say that every week, but it's true every week. It's fucking true. I'm sorry. This week we get a bit. This week, what I think was one of the best takeaways was getting the Mule origin story. Okay,
maybe.
This is what happened. Oh, that's a good. Oh yeah. Why you say maybe? Why you say maybe, lady?
Because at the end of the episode, what is this? Harry is like, yeah, that's a really telling story if it's true. If it's true.
If it's true.
Which is fucking wild. Like, how you just make us throw away the whole fucking episode we just had with 3 fucking words.
I know, right? It's funny how 3 words can fuck up the game. You want a 4.0, better get your change. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally in one sentence, we were sitting there like, oh,
absolutely not. No, I didn't feel bad for that little motherfucker. Hell no. They should have drowned him a year before when they had the baby and call it fuck them kids. Okay, if you could only have one, you should have chose sooner. You knew they was coming back next month. Get rid of one of them today. You don't have these problems. And if you had killed baby Hitler, we would all be fine now. But you didn't. You was soft. You was soft on them kids. Anyway, they should have drowned his little ass last year. He wasn't bringing nothing to the table, no way. Anyway, he's trying to figure out how to put the baby inside of the guy. He smiled a little bit. Don't tell me he didn't smile a little bit in that one moment. He absolutely fucking smiled when that baby was giggling, crying. He evil.
Zach, are you hearing this?
What? You root for me?
Yo, the real villain is Kira. The real villain.
There can only Highlander that motherfucker right now. There can only be one. Sorry, boo boo. You set up
y'all want to pause and have a fuck them kids moment?
Which ones?
Always down for some fuck them kids moments. Are you kidding me?
All right. Well, allow me to introduce. Remember last week or a couple weeks ago, I introduced y'all to my book, Jesus.
Lord.
Hates Zombies.
Yes.
Y'all remember Jesus Hates Zombies, which is a bestseller on the New York Times list. I'm just kidding. But in addition, but yes, there's another book I wanted to put y'all on to right quick. And this one is not as much. It's not Jesus Hates Zombies, but if you got kids and you don't like them, this book might just be for you.
Oh, I know what this is.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids by Charlie Mack. These kids are bad as fuck. Parents aren't whooping ass enough. If you're slow, you should know. I'm here to catch you up. Grab a belt, grab a switch, or even grab a shoe. And if they start acting bad, you should know just what to do. Parents nowadays, they are soft as baby shit. Just know, I'm beating ass if you let me babysit. I don't want to hear your kid talk. I'm not trying to be harsh, but man, fuck them kids. I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Come on.
Y'all can get mad if y'all want, but your kid is unbearable. Somebody need to whoop their ass. The job you're doing is terrible. Your kid think he's grown and he's thinking that he's tough. You put him in timeout. He should take timeout and pick his damn teeth up. Why are they disrespectful? Why are they so rude? Why do they think it's cool to go in the fridge and eat my food? If kids are good, then that's good. If kids are bad, then that's bad. If they make me mad, I'm going to break my foot off in their ass. Somebody gotta get them, tell them who not to fuck with. Kid or not, I don't care. My mom didn't raise a punk bitch. I don't care whose kid it is. Mine, my sisters, or my neighbor on the end. We're not buddies. We're not partners. We're damn sure not friends. Better keep it on TikTok. Don't get fucked up because of trends. Man, fuck them kids. Call God and I'll say that shit to him. If your kid is bad and their grades are getting worse, tell them it's okay to beat them. Now, I don't condone hitting kids. I have to say that legally. But if I were you and you were me, I'd beat the ass repeatedly. Now, I love kids. Don't get it twisted and contorted. But some of these kids would, oh, no. Bad babies turn into bad kids. Bad kids turn into bad teens. They want to dial 911. Hit them so hard they dial 919.
919, bitch.
Somebody come get them. Bad kids are the worst. I don't know what I've done to deserve this type of curse. I don't pray for kids to be good. I don't wish and I don't hope. But if they decide to be bad, they'll get 2 chops to the throat. Just swallow them and save yourself the pain. You don't have to worry about having a kid like what's his name. Kids are the worst. If you don't have them, good luck to you. Man, fuck them kids. If you don't like it, then I guess fuck you too.
You too. I know that's right. That's it. And
Any questions?
I approve this message.
You approve this message?
Absolutely.
Anybody else notice the book about Cox behind it?
No, wait, what? Say it again now.
Anybody else notice the book about Cox that she had behind that book?
I did not.
It was like a chicken. It was like a chicken, and it was like, yeah, something Cox.
Wow, your eyesight is immaculate.
She also went on
Clean your garbage.
She also went on to read a book right after that about squirting. So there's there's humor. It's humorous. But also there is a lot of truth to that message.
Just near the bottom. Yo, what is that? The author of fucking what is that? Nuts
of these big nuts. DEE''S big nuts. I'm already looking for it online.
Absolutely.
This is where you go to get your reading content, everybody. Every weekend. Yeah, you're damn right. This is what y'all want. Yo, me too. Me too, believe it.
And just for anybody in the comment section, this is not meant to be read to your kids. This is adult literature. This is adult literature for you to read to yourself and feel good about whooping their ass after you whoop their ass.
Hey, fuck that. Hey, Ty. You know how I am, Ty. I always
thank you, Harmony. Me too. I might be the chairperson. But
y'all know if you know me, you know how I feel, and I've said it all along.
My show ain't about the kids. Fuck them. Fuck them kids. Say that with me. When I say fuck them, you say kids. Fuck them. Fuck them. Disclaimer: if you own a white van or a Neverland Ranch, please don't fuck them kids. Tonight's show ain't about the kids.
So y'all get to see what I do on my day job.
Yo, the audience participation when you said fuck them and they said kids, like
what comes up like fuck them kids, like he even let me
the way parents
fuck them kids. What? Say it with me. When I say fuck them, you say kids. Fuck them. Fuck them. Disclaimer: if you own a white van or a Neverland Ranch, please don't fuck them kids.
I gotta update that joke.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious and true.
Yeah.
But
anyway.
Yes.
Look, I'm not talking about you. I know you're my daughter. I love you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about the little kid. She's in there like,
Harmony.
Baby in the room.
Thank you, Harmony. I will be pulling up to that meeting because I need it. I got some badass kids. I hope they didn't hear me, but I do. I have some badass kids.
All right. I don't know what's going on either. I don't know. I'm being abused, man. Hey, I need an adult.
You're a good kid. You're a good kid. He's a good kid.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's hilarious.
All right. But
Oh,
anyway,
my God.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Back to the foundation real quick before we start to wrap up here. So yeah, this week some things were developed, and like I said before, guys, there's no way, literally no way, that we'd be able to go through all of the complexities of foundation in even a 1 hour block. I'm gonna keep it real. So what we'll more than likely be doing is look for our post next week for the updates and the plan. If it's funny because I hope we do get to talk about some personal stuff before we go. But the plan is to be able to drop our analysis and assessment of the show when we can, the day that the shows drop. That's the plan. When we can, or maybe a day after. We can't always do it. And there's way too many shows, way too much stuff for us to always do it. But we want to just be a little bit more than a Saturday morning cartoon moving forward. So that will be the goal. But just a few quips about this week's episode. I'm assuming we're all caught up. No, not Ty. Oh yeah, Ty. Oh man. Yeah, man. I wish I had my. Do I still have it?
You muted, boo boo. You
Ty,
muted Ty.
I think I have it.
Yeah,
Ty,
these premium prices is premium. That's all I'm saying. These premium prices.
This is for Ty's Fire Stick.
Those who know that I was foregoing all of these incredible prices in premium networks, but that is no longer the thing. Now I have been sucked into the utter black hole, which is premium prices and all of these premium networks. I am now I think an owner of about 7 different premium services, and I still don't have them all. So this is getting to be I'm calling for cable again. I need cable to come back. I need cable to come back to do what cable was meant to do in the first place. But this is getting out of hand. We all thought when the premium services came out, it was a great idea. We was like, oh, we'll be able to watch it commercial free. We'll be able to watch stuff when we want to watch it. Oh, joke's on you. They had other plans. And right now, I'm at this point, y'all, where I just can't support it anymore. I can't support it. I'm going broke. Trying to have every premium service that is out. And so I'm gonna need y'all to donate to the Thai premium streaming service fund, so that I too may be able to enjoy some of this premium content and be able to talk about it with y'all on Saturday. Because if not, y'all just gonna see me in the background. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I'm willing to risk it all for you. I will offer you my password to my Apple account.
I got Apple. See, that's not a problem. I got the Apple. It's the HBO. I've got Apple. I've got Peacock. I've got Netflix. I've got Hulu. I've got Disney Plus. I've got Prime. I've got MGM Plus. I've got Paramount Plus. I've got, like I said, I got at least 7. But what I don't have is HBO Max. That's what
I will. We're gonna talk behind the scenes because I don't want to get
behind the
nobody.
scenes. We don't want everybody,
No trouble. Yeah, mind your business. Mind your business.
All right, just a quick. For those that I saw a comment about Big Sean, if you must be tuning in just now because he actually is very much within the show, plenty of places. But let's go ahead and keep the party going. So yeah, Ty is now in a television crisis, which unfortunately it impedes his ability to stay up to par with every single thing. But a couple quick quips we'll discuss, and then we'll go ahead and maybe a mention of Alien Earth and get the hell up out of here because I know y'all got things to do. And real quick, can I tell y'all something cool that happened to me before we start wrapping up? Is that okay?
What you do?
All right. So as I just told y'all, as you all have seen, I do stand up comedy. All right, it probably makes up about 30 to 40% of my income. All right, and I've taken a little bit of a step back in the last few years because frankly, being on a cruise is a little depressing. I'm gonna keep it honest. Like it's just not like your Wi-Fi. They make you pay for it. You got rules. They can send you an email and make you completely switch up your set. Then you have a show 15 minutes later, and they randomly drug test, which. So that's the whole thing. So I've chosen my dates very selectively for this year and for the years to come. But one of the things that has been an issue for me is that I chose the realm of comedy knowing that I'm son of pastors who are very, very not just religious, but like I mean, these are leader of flock. You know what I'm saying? And so, like it's for me, it's I kind of got that whole that the Katy Perry thing where it's like, oh, you know, my parents. So what happened to me yesterday was my dad asked me, my father who's still around and he's good man, just retired. He asked me if he wanted to go to see his favorite comedian, Don DC Curry. But yeah, if you're a fan of old school comedy, black comedy, Don DC Curry. Yep. Well, we went down to the restaurant, and we sat down, and it came up to the table, and she just looked at me, and she looked at my girl, and she walked away. Said, "I guess they ain't want nothing." It's like DC Curry like that. So he asked me if I want to go to the show. Now you understand what this means to me significantly. Like I'm raised in a place where like the word "damn" was condemned. And remember, I wasn't allowed to read Ninja Turtle books or see the Ninja Turtles movie because it said "damn" in it. Like that's how I couldn't watch the Smurfs because Gargamel was a sorcerer. Like these are the type of things. So when my dad says he wants to go see rated R DC Curry, even as a 40-something-year-old man, I'm like, oh, like, but dad, he said curse words. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, oh, son, son, everything ain't got to be all. I was like, all right, cool. So reluctantly, I was like, all right, you know what? Maybe I can get on the show. So I reached around. I was like, yo, DC, because I don't know him directly. I reached out. Pause. Calm your ass down.
I'm so proud of all this, male centric.
We're like 14. We're like the kids in Alien Earth. We're like, oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So my dad's like, yeah, I would have. Now I'm still thinking like, man, I don't want, you understand? My dad is one of the people like my parents, both of them. They'll be like, if we're watching Bad Boys, like Mike Lowry will be like, hey man, fuck. My parents are like, oh my god. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, man, that's how people talk. Don't act like y'all ain't never talk like that. Like I was born out of wedlock. Stop bullshit. So when my dad says he wants to go see like DC Curry, I'm like, all right. I want to get on the show, but I was like, you know what? Nah, I don't want to get on the show. Let me just go and watch a show with my pops. All right. I didn't got to work that night. I got to work tonight, but I ain't had to work last night. And I got to say, y'all, I'm glad I did. My pops is finite, as we all are. And we haven't always gotten along. And it was very cathartic to just sit there and watch my dad laugh and to see him so thrilled at being able to witness one of what I believe was one of his favorite comedians. One of the reasons why I wanted to do stand-up comedy was seeing my dad look at the TV and laughing so hard at DC Curry. So one thing I wanted to do was I was like, what? I got to be able to do something more than just see. So I was like, man, let me go meet DC because I know, full disclosure, Ty and I, we did this podcast. We tried the podcast called Sports Bar. It's on pause right now, but let's look at some stand-up comedians on there, and one of them name is Bo P, and Bo P works very close. Actually, he got injured. Now I talked to DC about this. Injured, riding on the ATV with his drunk ass on Don DC Curry's farm and shit. It's like, you're like 68. Why are you riding drunk on an ATV flipped over anyway? So I got to go backstage and speak to Don DC Curry, and I got to say, guys, this was the first time in my life that I've ever seen my father, who I've known all my life, obviously, starstruck. And I don't know, it had an impact on me. It had an effect on me. He was, and you could tell he was geeked out. He was geeking out. Just tell me if I'm tripping. Like, this is my dad. This is DC Curry, and my dad is just going about it is because, I don't always speak highly of my peoples. I felt for a while that they were inhibited, that they tried to push me, who was a now. And this is a moment that I think, even though I kind of reluctantly attended this event, because I'm still kind of like trying to wrestle with how I can make sure I secure my identity, and my identity isn't what they want it to be and all that other bullshit. But this right here, he's the dude, and he likes this guy, and he's a human being, and he's enjoying being around somebody he admires. And I was so elated that I was able to make something like that happen. And excuse me, I just thought that it was cool and it was worth mentioning. I thought that was real. It was a special moment for me, especially because I didn't foresee it. I mean, I every time I got to leave my house, I'd be like, fuck, I gotta leave the house. And so I just was really happy. And I know he every now and then pops in here. So if you happen to see this one pop, it did mean a lot, man. And it was pretty
Shout
cool.
out to your pops, man. Shout out to your pops, man, because your pops is a cool dude, man. So yeah, man. Shout out to your pops, man.
Good.
I'm glad he
He's
was
good
able
people.
to experience that with you, and you was able to experience that with him.
While you're here, Pastor Taylor, if you're here, I would recommend that you go check out Peacemaker episode 1 of season 2.
No.
I had to fuck it up somehow. Sorry. Anyway, so Foundation. Don't close the blind. All right, so all right, here's my takeaways from Foundation. Whatever past the mule thinks he had is the motivation for his issues with the Foundation. Here's what I had issues with. Guys, did we miss so much time? And this one I'm going to direct at Ant, because I know Ant's probably in the middle of editing. Ant, help me understand.
Yeah.
So the Foundation has now been around so long that they've become the enemy? Because it feels like very bureaucratic. The folks that Pritchard are working with, they're locking him up. They're making it so hard for him to fight the person that ends up ultimately being their demise anyway. Has it gotten to that point? Is it kind of like America where, it started off, freedom, we're going over here, but then it ends up being slavery, corporately, and all that other stuff. And oops, well, what we started as an idea of, freedom and religious freedom and, looking for gold is now slavery, bureaucracy. Like, is that what's happening? And does that somehow turn the course of this whole plot to make the mule somewhat of a hero?
Hero, no.
I know. Now I say that knowing that there's a scene in there that specifically speaks against that when we're talking about people keeping their head in water. But I'm just curious about like his issues with the Foundation because of what the Foundation was inflicting on the public, right?
So and they kind of warned about that way back in season 1. They were like, look, if you build this foundation out there, what's to stop them from becoming the next empire? So they kind of planted those seeds early. And the biggest thing that happened with Foundation that threw the whole plan off was Gale wasn't there. Gale was supposed to lead the Foundation and actually, for lack of better words, set the foundation of what they were going to stand for. But what them just fending for themselves with just a little hologram of Harry every once in a while, torturing them with some bad advice, they ended up the way they did. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. I'm excited to see where they go from here. I don't think this reframes the mule in any way as anything close to a hero, but he is a little bit of a victim of circumstance. I don't think any of us, when we first saw that episode start and they're like, yo, these dudes are going to show up, we got to get ready. I think we was all like, it's some goons, it's some pirates, it's some agents of Empire. I don't think anybody expected it to be like, these are agents of Foundation. Right? And Foundation has got a strict one child per family policy. Like nobody saw that coming. It's like, well, why are they like this? But we see what happened. Harry gave them absolute power in the corner of a galaxy. Why wouldn't they be like this?
Wow. Yeah. So, I mean, we see the Foundation coming basically 1990 Republic of China, where they monitor your children. And we see now that, I don't know if y'all been watching the news, but they like, hold up, my bad. Boys, please, girls, please, we do.
Whoopsie.
My bad. Did we say they only have one boy like the last 50 years? Okay, girls, please. But so now we see the foundation has become a little bit of like it's not something that you necessarily want to represent. Like Pritchard is like a good guy, and they locked him up. They locked him up for being insubordinate because he went to save people. So that's what I took away. I also took away like Harry. Why did he put the null field up? Because he didn't know what the fuck what the mule was. Like, explain this to me. Like, what? Help me. I'm lost. Help me.
I think Pritchard got locked up because his ass is shady, right? That's why his ass got locked up. It wasn't for no other reason. It's just because he was shady.
He was trying to get over.
Yeah, like the mayor told him not to go, and he snuck out and went. Right, like he's been acting shady. So from the mayor's perspective, he deserved to be locked up. He was, like Kira said, he's being insubordinate to the leader of foundation. Like it don't get no.
That was kind of what I was going to speak to too, because you're when you say foundation, you're saying that like it's a grand, group of people. But in terms of him getting locked up, that was by an individual. He got locked up by an individual, and that individual was the head. So it's very funny that he's redhead. But there's always going to be a winner and a loser in a war. There always has to be a winner and a loser. You know what I'm saying? And in terms of what they're doing, which is preemptively preparing themselves for a war. Well, that was what the foundation was doing, was building themselves up, empowering themselves to be formidable against the empire. And so here we are. We've built ourselves up. We've established ourselves. We got on. There has to be a loser in that. And like that is just the hierarchy of things. That is the way that things are developed in this universe and also in real world times. Like that's just the way. Like in order for the rich to get richer, somebody's got to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the way that it is. So
I don't know if that's accurate. Their whole reason why they wanted to make the foundation was because they saw basically, I think they said life itself was going to be extinguished or people were going to get as a whole wiped out. So it wasn't supposed to be about power. It was supposed to be about preservation of a species. And if they kept going down the route, the way that the empire was going, there was going to be all of this war and mayhem and famine and all this other kinds of shit, to the point where almost the entire species was going to be obliterated. And it was going to last for 30,000 years if they kept going the way that they were going. So that was the original plan. This shit right here has gone way the fuck off the goddamn rails, though. I think it's because of the, like y'all were talking about, the way that Gale didn't stay with the original plan. So now we've got, what do we got? We've got corruption. We've got a fight for power, subterfuge, all this other kinds of shit. That's not part of the entire plan. This is not the plan. So I don't know what the fuck is going on right now. I feel like there's going to be a third offshoot of something that nobody knows about in this game. Something's going to pop up that's not been thought of or considered.
But Kira, you're onto something, because that was the initial plan of the first foundation. But the second foundation, the whole plan was, we're going to build an army. We're going to establish these mutants and do all of this kind of stuff like that, in foreshadowing what is to come. And the coming onslaught will be facing the mule and the mule's armies, or whatever the mule. Like, they were preparing for war. The second foundation. Now, the first foundation, Harry had his own things of what that would have been. To Ant's point, Gale never showed up, messed up the whole plan. Then they reconvened later on in time, and then they designed the second foundation, which is now the preemptive foundation to defend against the mule, or go to war against the mule and whoever else runs with him or rides with him. So that's why I was saying what I was saying in terms of the because what you see and I didn't not this episode, but the last episode that I saw was the mule come and take over all of these ships that the second foundation has had acquired and built and all of that kind of stuff. And now you see a war in the skies and him taking over what's going on. So that was the last I saw.
But isn't the mule's goal to wipe out Foundation too? He doesn't want. I don't think not Foundation, Empire. I'm sorry. Isn't that his ultimate goal?
I thought he was just against the Foundation.
I thought he was just an anarchist.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Honestly.
Yeah, I thought he was just going to take over.
He wants to take over. He doesn't even like at the end. I don't know if we're doing spoilers. I'm really sorry.
No spoilers.
It's at the end of the episode, he's talking about he doesn't give a fuck what the name of the planet is called or what
you're right.
This is going to be. He does not care. He just wants to be man on top.
That's true. He did say that. He did say like, yeah, you're right. Is he able to control all these minds constantly? Like, is that it? Like, okay, so like the little girl that he keeps, his little pet human, the little girl that he keeps with him that goes everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, is she under constant mind control, or does he have to kick it in at some points? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, is it a power that once he activates it, it just remains like they stay in a hypnotic state until he says no, or is it like a, because with Pritchard he couldn't do it, but with the dude when he landed, like it was almost like he had already been controlling him like the whole time. What's up, Ant?
I was gonna say, I think that it stays with them mainly because you saw in the one episode, the mule was sleeping. The mule was knocked out asleep, woke up, and this dude was standing over his bed protecting him while he slept. So it's like, I definitely think that the power and the influence that he has persists, whether he's actively doing it or not. It's more like an infection. Once you love him, and that's it. But I do want to ask you all a theory question. It might be really, really, really spoilery. So I don't know if y'all comfortable with touching on this theory question just because of how spoilery it might be. But let me know. I might touch on it.
No, come on.
I think you should touch. You should touch on it just because you used the word spoilery 3 times. I need to know now because spoilery has me interested. So go ahead, please. Spoilery.
Well, I don't know. Is it going to give away the finale? Did you know Ant's probably already seen season 4 already? Like Ant's already like years ahead. Is it
no. This is all straight from what we've seen. This is my
okay.
But it could be really, really spoilery.
Come on, bro.
Let's go.
Oh my God.
So here we go. They gave us a really big clue when they showed us the mule's origin.
Yes.
And we all just skated over it.
Did we?
When the mule was little, he had a sibling.
Right.
Yes.
Fuck.
When the episode opened, the episode didn't open up with a pan in on the face of the mule. The episode opened with the pan in on the face of the baby and the mom holding him. And then the baby came, and then the little boy came later. I'm setting it up. Y'all see it now, right? Like there's a whole other kid that's unaccounted for. In the episode ended, he just left homeboy with the neighbors, and he was like, and then we just see him flash forward to Harry, and he's like, yeah, and then I ran with the pirates that were terrorizing our neighborhood. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, wait a minute, this motherfucker didn't just tell me no story about no pirates.
That
he ain't tell me no. He ain't tell me no story about no pirates. Like they transitioned, but he ain't tell me no story about no pirates. So what the hell was he talking about? And what did they just show me? Because Foundation like to be tricky with a
yeah.
You'll
They've done that
thinking
before.
you'll think you're watching something in chronological order, but nah. So now I'm sitting here and I'm starting to wonder, what if the mule is 2?
The baby?
What if there's 2 mules? And what if one of the mules is Magnifico?
Magnifico?
The dude.
Yeah. Cause like when you
plays the instrument,
because when you think about it, like who's been with them the whole time?
Wait, where the fuck is he? He wasn't nowhere near in the fucking episode.
Where he been?
He wasn't in the
What's he
episode
been
at
doing?
all
he kept saying was, I need my instrument. I can't wait to play for y'all. See what happens. And then what did he do? The mayor says, I'm gonna get all my generals, I'm gonna get all my leaders, all my VIPs, and I'm gonna put them in a room for you. I'm gonna serve them on a silver platter for you. And Magnifico, play your shit. Who was the first ones to fold? Who were the first people to fold? Who were the first people to get on their knees?
Well, fuck.
Right? Like not everybody.
I'm like, too much. Kid does not compute. Like, yo, all right. Well, first of all,
shit.
Right?
Now
Like,
I watch
he's like,
that
yo,
bitch
I
all
need
over again.
Magnifico.
God damn it.
I need him back. Why I need him back? That's my fucking brother. That's my fucking brother.
Well, yo,
that would make a ton of sense, which is why you brought up this point a while ago, and as far as the relationship between the mule and Magnifico, and whether or not Magnifico amplifies the mule's powers by the music and everything like that. And if they are related, if they are brothers, that would make absolute sense. Whereas I need him, by my side to amplify my powers. Like
can I pause y'all real quick? Because this is the second time I've gotten this. I've gotten a text from somebody different. I've never done this before, but I need the chat to let me know. Do we sound crazy right now? Does it sound robotic? Does it sound different?
It was peaking a couple of times that's why I had my headphones on, because I was checking the sound, and it peaks every once in a while. Like it goes,
it does on
makes that
mine?
popping sound. Everybody.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. It sounds clear coming through my TV, but listening through YouTube, it has popping moments.
Weird.
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
That
might
y'all
be
hearing
the
that? YouTubers, do we hear that in the chat as well? I just wanted to know, because I've gotten 2 texts now since we've started that are both saying like, yo, it sounds robotic.
It's not consistent. Like it comes in waves. It goes in and out. Yeah.
It's been on and off all day. It just comes and goes. Okay, well then for that matter, we probably shouldn't go too much further than here. Okay, yeah. All right. Well, I don't know if I can fix that. That's hopefully that hasn't been happening for all these weeks we've been doing.
No. It's just this particular show. I don't know. I don't think it's anything that we're doing. I think it's YouTube doing something maybe.
All right. Well, for that we apologize, guys. I don't know. I don't know what exactly happened, or if I can even. Hopefully, it's not something that happens every week. But
no, I be checking. Y'all are good. Y'all are good. Don't.
Well, let's not miss it. Let's not miss this opportunity, because, like, look, yo, Ant just brought up a fucking brain explosion.
Please.
So what's up? That's a good point.
Well, I mean, that would make all the sense in the world, but there's still questions that it doesn't answer for me. The first one being, if this fantasy that he showed us in this, whatever this quote unquote flashback that he had was, how did he get power out the blue like that? Like what made him all of a sudden, just out of the sheer blue, just be like, you know what? No, I have powers now. And not only realize he has powers, most of the time when you learn that you have powers, you got to learn how to use them. Like he started off as he was almost like so is there a part of the story we're missing where there was some mental, 100%. What do they call them, the mentalics that were involved, like he was adopted by, I just don't understand like how all of a sudden he just he could have done that to the people that came to take instead of killing his parents, he could have killed the dudes that came looking for him. You know what I'm saying? Like
He didn't have his powers. He had an X-Man moment. He had to have his shit activated through a traumatic fucking event.
Traumatic event.
As do most powers. That's how it always manifests. Like either you have the lore of the 18th birthday, or you have like your when you turn 18, all of a sudden it should, or it's usually like a traumatic experience that unlocks that potential, but you still don't know how to use it. You have to focus it, but that comes with experience and time.
I mean, if you want to go deeper into it, even if he didn't have those powers and somehow survived, that is what is that, a Nexus level event? That's gonna change the way you look, think, and feel about people forever. My parents tried to kill me for what? Over rations?
Yes, like
not even it just rations. Because if the Foundation decided tomorrow, oh, we got to cut your shit. I mean, look, I can make another one of you. There's some people that are out there that are like that.
We just read a whole book about fuck them kids. So
So when the bureaucrats showed up and said, "Hey, no worries, you got 2 kids, we get it, but next time we come, you'll have 1 kid." Was that them saying kill your kid? Because I didn't interpret that originally. I was like, oh well, okay.
They didn't say that. They didn't say that. They said you just better have 1 kid. Ain't nobody said nothing about killing.
So why did they have to kill him? Why did they? That's what I'm saying. Like the neighbors next door didn't have no kids.
They want because number one, they didn't think the neighbors would be able to uphold the story if they came back.
They said the neighbors wouldn't give it back.
And the neighbors wouldn't give the baby back. That woman was not gonna give up that baby. She want hers back for reals. For realsies. Nah. They thought they like talked it out loud and said all the reasons why. Yeah, nah, bro. Nah, that wasn't gonna happen. That wasn't gonna happen.
Okay. So are his powers hereditary?
Mm-mm.
How do you know?
Because Mentalix powers don't seem to well
you're assuming
it doesn't.
Because then your theory.
Gail and her daughter. Gail
and her daughter, but not Gail's parents, right? So that's why it's like I don't know. We did see Gail's parents. They was
but we don't know whether or not they had pet powers or not.
But why wouldn't they show her?
We don't know.
Why would she have to learn how to be a Mentalic from other people if her parents had the powers?
And also on the Ignis ain't no families of Mentalics. They're all outcasts. They're all orphans on their own. Like it's not like there's siblings there that I remember. Like at least that they pointed out. Everybody, from what I remember, Tillman was like, "Yo, I have to go out and scan planets to find other people with these powers." And it's usually one person in a person of extreme duress where their parents were trying to, and she even said this is how it happens. But I don't recall it being like, I think there might be a hereditary thing because it is Salvor, but it doesn't, I need more evidence of that.
Do we know for a fact that the parents
Well, okay, let me help. So they're under that rule, they weren't encouraged to seek any kind of knowledge out. So they probably wouldn't have tried to bring whatever powers that might have been dormant within them.
Well, they weren't allowed to read books, but they were very, very religious. So they were very spiritual. So I don't think powers were off the table. They had like little sects in churches, even on Trantor. So like their religion was heavy. They were deep into it.
But that didn't have. But that religion in itself didn't value exploration.
It didn't value education. So just anything with like STEM, right? Like if you just sitting here, you trying to read, you trying to be smart, you trying to do math. Like nah, you bugging.
Well, also, if what you're saying is true, and they were very religious, it could have been also because let's remember, Gail was literally ostracized for reading. So if you're ostracized for reading, and we're a religious so-called cult or sect, and then you start displaying powers that could also possibly get you ostracized because you don't like let's take Christianity for instance. If you possess powers in Christianity, then that may be looked upon as witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to coming from the Lord.
Or a miracle.
Now,
Or a miracle.
well, miracles are one-offs. They're not consistent. A miracle would be you bringing somebody from the dead, and that be your one-off. Oh, you brought somebody from the dead. But if you start bringing a whole bunch of people back from the dead, then immediately you are A, either the Messiah, or B, a wizard. Goddamn it. You some type of.
Who has that power? Who has that power? I feel like
I had Pastor Son chime in.
I'm not gonna do that to y'all. But I do remember somebody having the power. What world is that in where somebody is able to revive the dead? I don't remember, but anyway, well, something like that's happening on Wednesday. We haven't talked about yet, but that's a whole other thing. Yeah, man, I don't know. I guess I was just wondering, like, if the parents, Jesus, like,
there it is. Come on out.
Just like if there was any, because if you're talking about his brother having any type of capabilities, then I would assume that perhaps the fathers had at least some capability. And damn, I mean, they just got drowned, and then like the whole tie-in together. But again, we don't even know if that's what really happened. Like Harry Seldon being like, "Yo, that's an interesting story." That's just so cool. Well, listen, there's a lot to unpack. I'm gonna give you some more of my questions, but hopefully y'all don't mind if we can talk about this. Look for us to talk about this up next week, possibly on a pre-recorded. And again, just because we ain't live don't mean don't pull in, man, because we definitely gonna read every comment. We're gonna talk about it on the weekend as well. But I definitely want to know some more things, like, damn, where is did old boy with the one arm, was he an enemy the whole time? Was he like an ops the whole time? Also, was with the new young ladies that are now gonna try to help bring Demerzel to the, like, Aunt, I ain't gonna lie, Aunt, every now and then Aunt will like literally like say some shit, and you know he's seen it all, but you don't know for a fact if that's what's gonna happen. But then it happens, you're like, oh, because he was talking about like with the android with Demerzel. Like, you said this too, Ty. You said this, to your credit. Ty was like, yo, Demerzel is likely the most important character of this season, and we now start to see that start to come into fruition, right? Because here's the biggest line of the episode, and then unless y'all want to keep this further, we'll go ahead and move and wrap up with Alien Earth. The biggest line that I heard was, "You enslaved her. You desecrated her. You turned my God into a slave."
This is why I say this is how Demerzel gets her come up, because she has a whole underground religion to do her bidding without her saying a fucking word, without a sight unseen. That is how she gets out of this. She's got a legion of people willing to die for her. And the fact that they are willing to die in order to kill Empire. This is a problem. This is a problem. What is that child's name? Demerzel's had them in checkmate. She just had to wait. Had to wait. I don't.
But the lady, I don't even think she realizes it. Like, I mean, I know she's,
she
just as a
knows.
robot. I don't think she knows. I don't think she knows yet, though, right? Like she knows. With Empire. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
They've been underground. She thought that they all got wiped out, or they were supposed to have all been wiped out, right? That was what, 1,000 years ago? I don't even know how long ago. Whatever, hundreds of years ago.
You're absolutely right.
So she literally just had to wait for them to get their shit back together and rise back up. Mind you, that skull that the head dude was had, I think that's Demerzel's old head. It's weird. Shut up. I think that's her. I think that's either either it's a random robot head from the war, or that is Demerzel's head. Either like I guess after she decentralized her shit. I think that's Demerzel's head. Or
Wow.
again, one of the robots from the war, because it's beat to fucking shit. It's beat to shit. It looks like it's been tried to be healed. A whole bunch of
That makes sense.
She was cut out.
Yeah. I don't know what's happening today, but yes, I don't know. I hope I didn't do nothing to mess this up, but your audio just did that thing that it does where it kicked out for a second, but you're back. But you know what? We finna wrap up anyway, man. We was finna go into Alien Earth and all of that, but Ant's got to go, and you know, it's a whole bunch of stuff. And listen, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. I like to do a 2-hour show. It's 3.5 hours. It's 3.5 hours, bro. You know, they haven't been around 3.5 hours. It's like 1:30 in the bit. I'm gonna miss like 2 baseball games sitting there messing around with y'all, and I gotta go out of town. So I will say this. Foundation, we still have much to discuss, as Kira just alluded to. All right, and the head and all that other stuff. I'm also very interested to hear what Myocopa. What's the planet? Myoce? Where's that planet that days on right now?
Michael.
Yeah, like I like the whole government, how they react to this whole upbringing. I'm very interested to see if Day gets let into the relationship, you know what I'm saying, and all that other stuff, because he's still in love. That boy, like, man, but we was in love. Like, bitch, I was a child. What you talking about? Who are you? So I'm interested in that. Many other things, guys. And again, I know that today hasn't been the most in order, in sync, but we still had the Cheeks of War. We didn't really talk about Ty love the Cheeks of War.
Look, I could do a quick synopsis of Cheeks of War.
Nah, we good. Nah,
it's just a whole lot of ass. A whole lot of ass. If you just want to pull up and see a whole lot of ass, pull up the Cheeks of War this week. It is assing, it is cheating, and that's pretty much what's happening. Listen. One thing I will say though, that the director must have been watching our show, because they're back to having Jason Momoa speak the tribal language and doing a lot more listening than talking. And I was like, this is a great episode. This is a wonderful episode. And and then they did their cheeky thing, and so that's what
it was not no more cheeks than fucking Peacemaker. Compared to Peacemaker,
I cannot confirm or deny, since I have not seen, but I'll take your word for it.
You gonna see it. All right, but anyway, man, on the way out, please, like I said, guys, and I mean this, man, we're on the YouTubes, okay? The YouTubes, that's where we want to be the most. Yes, we're on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, all that other stuff, but YouTubes is frankly where the monetization takes place. So where you actually go to watch us there is where we'll be most helpful. And in the upcoming weeks, not immediately, but in the upcoming weeks, we will have other days. So please go ahead and hit that notification button so we can stay in your lexicon and in your Al Gore's rhythm, so that we can stay friends and all that. Thank you as always. Anybody, anything on the way out? Oh, make sure you all tune in to Room Full of Blurs. I believe it's Sundays.
Yes.
Last week there was a special guest. This week, anything, Kira?
I do have a special guest. It is the talent manager for Big Sean. His name is Aaron Coney. He has a comic book out that is called Phantom Force. It is a very grown-up version of Power Rangers. It focuses on the young Blue Ranger from Power Rangers Turbo. I believe his name is Dustin on the show. I think he changes it in the book. The graphics, the drawing, the writing,
Oh man, fuck this shit, man. I don't know, lady. I don't know either. I don't know. But I'm over it. I'm sorry, y'all. Look. Evidently, Elon Musk done heard about us.
Wow. But pull up the Room Full of Blurs.
Yeah, Room Full of Blurs, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We talk about independent comics. I'm going to talk about this really fast. Phantom Force, Aaron Coney is the author. He's going to be on tomorrow. Please check us out. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. I am 24 people away from hitting monetization.
Hey! Come on, man. We need some monetization, bro. Come on, pull on up to Room Full of Blurs, everybody. Working all YouTube.
YouTube, Twitch, YouTube and Twitch for right now. Laud, I got you, boo.
Oh, Lord, yo, shout out to Laud too for those phenomenal interviews on the red carpet. So let's just go ahead and keep it going, guys. Thank you so very much on behalf of myself, on behalf of Bad Ty, Busy Ant, Lady Mandalore, aka Kira, those that are normally paneling with us who could not be with us for today for whatever reason that may be. We want to thank you all for allowing us onto your screen and into your homes, wherever that may be. And as we always say, guys, be your authentic self, because if you're not being yourself, you being, what the hell are you doing?
I'm doing neck exercises, sir.
You get ready for that.
I like, you know, when you sit in the chair, for 3.5 hours, sometimes you just got to move around your neck a little bit. I mean, especially when the back is low, you don't have a sturdy back, you know what I mean? Like, so, you know, that part.
I was like, what the fuck is this freaking Janis Joplin looking ass? I mean,
it ain't my fault you stiff necking it, bro. You out here, what you know.
Yo, all right, real quick, let me just leave y'all with this real quick. On the way out, don't forget we are a whole vibe and we online as well. We even have a poll. If you haven't already been paying attention to our polls, make sure you do so. One of our recent ones is, which is your favorite Ninja Turtle? Is it Michelangelo, Raphael, Donatello, Leonardo? Is it one of his little brothers out of the Secret of Ooze that's in this Ronin universe? I don't know. But go ahead, hit up that Instagram page and let us know how you feel. Once again, I am the real Vince Taylor. I sincerely appreciate each and every last one of y'all for pulling up. And be your authentic self, as we always say, because if you ain't being yourself, guess what? You're being fake, and there's no honor in that. Shout out to Loud, shout out to Frank Grillo, shout out to Big Sean, shout out to everybody for giving us some time, but shout out to you especially. And if you a geek, as we always say, go ahead, let that good old geek flag fly. Deuce.
The new Blurred Order is one of my favorite places to visit. I hope you'll join us next time.